Yo, what's good? What's going on? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm out and about today and just having to do some things. So I figured let me just kick off a live because online is getting so boring. Um, but yeah, big up everyone. It's been a while. Yeah. Um, the link is pinned. If anybody wants to jump on, if somebody could just kindly type in the chat and tell me if y'all can hear me, because this is all mobile, so I can't really tell. Skits, holy shit! It's been a minute. It's been a minute. What's going on? Who you trolling these days? Peace, peace. So you can hear me good, yeah? And I'm put the link in that thing, share it around. See if I could get some people up in here. Big up, cool. Big up. Yeah, it's okay. I see you've been slaying people on your channel skits, yeah? Oh, shit's wild, man. It's like I've been away from YouTube for so long, yeah. And just coming back and going through the streams, like I've unsubbed from so many channels, so I don't even listen to like half of them anymore. But it's the same shit, man. Same shit over and over again. Um, just like I never left. The same thing. And yeah, man. I just like, is there nothing new with everything new and everything that's going around and people are still on the same thing? It's like, what the hell, man? Yeah, it is. I went to Clubhouse for a little while. I've been at Clubhouse, and I still go over there. I mostly go over there during the day, because just like there's nothing to listen to on YouTube. Yo, Ultra! Oh my God, yo! I was just freaking worried about you. I literally just put in the Discord. I'm like, has anybody heard from Ultra? Because I ain't seen you around in a couple weeks, man. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad you're good. Big up, man. Big up. I'm glad. Good for you. Doing your thing, man. Big up, Ultra. But yeah, good to see Ultra, man. Always big up Unitarian. Big up everybody in the house. This shit's crazy. Yeah. So like, I don't know, man. Clubhouse is getting boring. It's the same thing all day. Christians versus Muslims versus atheists versus everybody. And it's just like the same repetitive stuff over and over and over again. Like, good. Where, what flag is that? What is that? Norway or Sweden? One of them, uh, I'm bad with the flags. I don't know where that's from. Is that Sweden? Um, no, that's not Sweden. I don't know what flag that is, Ultra, but yeah, it's sending to me. I'm so glad to see you. If you check your Discord, I was literally just asking about you. Yeah, exactly. Greece. Oh, nice. Oh, it's beautiful over there. Big up, man. That's dope. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, how many days in a row can you just listen to people bang on Muslims and bang on Christians and bang on atheists? Like, uh, it's like everything from YouTube just kind of merged over there, and it's just the same stuff over and over and over again. Um, but yeah, man, there's been a lot going on. Oh, wow. Dirty. I think that's like 90. Yeah, that's hot. Those places are nice to go to for vacation, but I'm such a northerner. I'm like, man, I like my chilly weather. I like my chilly weather. But yeah, so what's been going on, man? I see some people are still obsessed with me over here. Oh my God, it's crazy. I've been gone for months, literally haven't blinked an eye or thought about no one from this side. And my name is still coming up. People are still uploading videos about me. I never really knew that I like hurt people that bad. I never knew that I had that kind of effect. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't know. It's crazy. I was surprised to see that. Crazy people, man. Crazy, crazy, obsessed, insane people. Still uploading videos of me. And you know what's crazy is I specifically put in my Clubhouse profile, I said, you do not you do not have permission to use my voice or profile outside of the app. So, because I've had that disclaimer on my profile, I am going to see what I can do because that's a violation I see StreamYard got no better. It's still a piece of shit. Still weird enough phones. Is that better? See. My phone in front of me. No, I haven't seen her. Oh wow, I haven't seen her around in a while. I don't even know what's going on. sure if you're still quote unquote cool or not anymore. I don't know. I've just gotten kind of sick of doing the like pleasing everybody thing. And I figured like you can't really make everybody happy. Um, Nobody's ever going to be completely happy. And my, I guess you could say, opposition to the Abrahamic kind of version of religion has pissed off a lot of people. Which I mean, I can't, I expect that from them. Like I totally expect that from them. But it's not so much as like a personal level, like as people, it's theological differences. So like, again, like I don't hate Muslim people, I don't hate Christian people, um, but I do think that their ideas, they have a lot of bad ideas and bad concepts in their creed. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. If I didn't think that, I would probably still be a Christian. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's gonna love what I believe in and love me, and it doesn't mean that I won't like extend mercy to people. And at the end of the day, I'm not really sure that we can really choose our beliefs. I was listening to a discussion about this, and it's like you can't choose your beliefs. So, at the end of the day, what we believe, like, we really pick that? Can we really choose that? Like, because it has to come down to like a certain amount of cognitive dissonance that you have about yourself. Um, and you have to admit some things to yourself that you may not want to hear. And I think like until you really sit with yourself and figure that out, like you're kind of just droning it, like you're kind of just roboting and doing what things say and doing things because like you feel like that's what you should be doing. You know? Yeah, for real. I do check in sometimes over there too, but yeah. Um, Khan with that talk with me no more. Like he's totally changed up. And the other one, man, I just that it's like a train wreck. I caught a live stream yesterday because I don't know. I guess I'm still sub to Ghost, and I got a notification. I don't know, yesterday or the day before, or whatever. And it's like I tuned into the stream for like a minute, and what are they talking about? Raj. I'm like, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me! Like, it's still like that. So I was like, whatever. I turned it off, and I started watching something else. I checked back probably like maybe 45 minutes to an hour. They're still talking about Raj. I'm like, bruh, it's worn out. Like, it's worn out. But then again, it's like, I guess Raj has hurt so many people that it's just like, that's all. That's still the topic of YouTube? Like, really? We haven't moved on from this? Big up to Raj though, because he lives in people's heads rent free, like rent free, rent free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, is Speaker's Corner even going on? I don't even see, like, usually Sundays in the morning, you can at least find somebody live streaming from there. But I don't even, maybe I unsubbed to the channels, but I don't even see people streaming from there anymore. I saw somebody got smacked up, that Shia guy got smacked up recently. I don't know how many weeks ago that was. Um, but it's like, even that's dead. Like, even Speaker's Corner is dead. Like, it's just the same freaking thing over and over and over every fucking week. Like, where is the different discussions? Where is the, I don't know, like the vegan guy used to go there, Soy Boy or whatever his name was. Like, I used to enjoy his debates, you know, just different debates about different shit, like those anti-LGBT feminist ladies used to go there. You catch them, you know, like um, they were interesting just because it was different. Like, it was a different topic. It wasn't just freaking Hatu versus Alidella every week or whatever. It's just stupid as shit. Yeah, Speaker's Corner is dead, man. Like, totally dead. I think COVID changed it, like, drastically. COVID killed it. And then, like, when it came back, like, literally, it's just religion. That's it. Like, but you know what's crazy is that as much as people bang on Raj, every time Raj went, it was live. Every time he went to Speaker's Corner, it was live. There was drama. There was excitement. It was something going on. Like, he kind of brought a energy, a different energy to it, you know. And like, it all kind of focused. Like, people turned away their focus from religion to like all focus on him. And yeah, it was different. So yeah, man, I don't know. Just a lot going on. A lot going on. What's going on recently? There's been the whole abortion thing. That's been a nightmare lately. Religious people freaking out all over the world because of stuff that's happening in America. Like, if why are people overseas like worried about what laws we make is beyond. I guess like I don't really know my stance on it. I'm kind of back and forth. So I'm trying to figure out a good way to like label my position. I think it's more towards reluctantly pro-choice. Um, Reluctant because I feel like it's a medical necessity and it's an option that needs to be necessary or available. Not necessary. It needs. I feel like it needs to be available as an option. Um, Pick up Snoop. Hey, oh my God, I haven't seen you guys in so long. Uh, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I bought a house, you know, since the last time we bought a house. It's been crazy, beautiful house. We've been, you know, doing home improvements and painting and all kinds of fun home stuff. So yeah, I'm officially a homeowner. Yeah, so it's been great. I think we moved in May 1st. May 1st or April? February. February. No, February 23rd we signed the mortgage, and then March 31st was my last day in my apartment. Yep. So that's really exciting. But that's another thing that's been like taking up my time. Um, Barbecue at the new place. Right? We're gonna build a fire pit in the back. We got a bunch of bricks, and we're gonna build a fire pit in the back. So yeah, it's been great, man. It's been great, and that's like I've been really busy with that, really busy doing things, working, coming home, doing home improvement stuff, and like just knocking out, But yeah, it's been awesome. Not sure, no one has told you, but it's just not working. Yeah, my mic. For some reason, StreamYard won't accept my Bluetooth headphones, and this is why I've been. Hold on, let me see if this. I could plug in my other headphones, but. Is that any better? Yeah, I put my headphones in, but the thing is, it sucks because, wow, everybody in the house, big up, man, big up, big up. Was this today? When were they doing that? Pushing around Uncle Asif and Raj in the park? Was that today? Big up, Buddha Bang, man. How you been, man? You been all right? Wow, that's crazy. I wonder, see, like, nothing been happening, and then was that today? Is it Constitution? A couple minutes ago. Oh, wow. Buska in the Park live stream. Damn, I'm on my phone, so I wish that I can't do like a screen share while I'm on my phone. That's good. That's good. Wow, that's crazy. Who was pushing him around? Can you kind of give a little story? Maybe someone, if we could get someone to come on and do a screen share, I could play the clip or something or try to find it. I'm sure Raj will be uploading it. Look up Shivite. Namaste, bro. Right? Look at everyone. Group of Muslim hooligans surrounded Uncle Asif and Raj came in to stop them. Oh boy. Yeah, see, it's just like, what did I just say though? What did I just say? Speaker's Corner is dead until Raj goes there. I literally just said that. He goes there and it gets live and people start freaking out. Literally just said that. That's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Nothing new. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to check that out. Was he recording? I'm sure he was. It was shameful. Oh my God. Was there like physical violence against them? Like people put their hands on Raj or Uncle Uncle Asif? That's an old dude. Like I know he's controversial and I know he says things that people don't like, but at the end of the day, like he's a old dude, man. Like, come on, he's an old man. Wow. Oh my God. Did the sorry. Oh my God. Oh, sorry. Holy shit. Did he fight back or like did Was anyone else helping that? Oh man, I want to watch this. Shit, I wish I had my laptop. I wish you could screen share shit when you're on the phone. Um, setting, you can't do it from mobile. Someone come on and share the thing. Can one of you constitute? You don't have to say anything, but if you're on a laptop, can you jump on the panel and just share the footage of it so we can watch it? Yeah, I heard about that. That was actually, yeah, that was nuts. But the thing is she didn't really insult him. All she said was things that they actually believe in. Like she didn't say anything that wasn't affirmed by um the majority of, I guess, Salafi Sunni Muslims. So she didn't really say it. She didn't slander him and she didn't insult him. She literally said facts. So the way she said it, she was triggered because the guy just dissed the Shivling. Like the guy called the Shivling a water fountain. Oh, it's just a water fountain. And what the fuck? Like this is what they were talking. I watched this podcast about Abrahamic privilege, right? And it's like since I've watched that, I've noticed this Abrahamic privilege. Like look at the shit, look at how people react to that, but nobody blinked an eye at that guy calling or mocking a shivling. Nobody even blinked an eye. Nobody blinks an eye if people mock like anything dharmic. But if let something Abrahamic get mocked, like Jesus or you know uh, Muhammad, etc., the whole fucking world goes nuts. Like the news goes nuts. The media goes freaking nuts. Um, it's like what the fuck? It's so embedded in everything. And in places like India where it's been a try it's um the Abrahamic situation in India is like they've always tried to assert their dominance, right? Like since the English came over there, they had privilege and they had Christianity. So the power dynamic in India is like now people are starting to wake up to it and they're like why do we have to adapt to Abrahamic um laws and stuff over the way that we've lived? You know what I'm saying? So it's like the uh, colonization has just like brought this, I don't know, Bible bending authoritarian type of government. And people in the government, they bend over to it. You know what I'm saying? Wow, not the reanimator. Holy shit. Jeez. Yes, exactly. The same way they wiped out exactly the same way. They demonized their faith. That was the first thing they did to the natives to justify their slaughter and freaking massacre and genocide against the Native Americans was demonize their faith and label them as pagans. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to kill pagans, right? That's that Abrahamic feel of like superiority, that privilege that you get to like carry yourself and walk around like you know you're better than somebody because your God says you're better than everyone who's not in your group. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course, all of that. Like that's that Abrahamic privilege, and it's been around from its conception. the conception that says the literally that the God only came for one people, and those people have privilege over every fucking buddy else. It's not like it's a part of it. Like it's literally a part of Abrahamic belief system. And you see it every day in the news with the Newport Sharma thing. Um, how they fired her. They fired her, and they fired like five other people that just agreed with her or that backed her. Like, why does she need to be fired for saying something that was actually true and that's a part of the belief and what they actually believe in? You know what I'm saying? Abrahamic fairy tales are so pathetic at this point that the adherents need threats of violence and perpetual residence in echo chambers to maintain it. Jeez, you know it. Cast, like, I'm not even gonna attempt to try to understand cast anymore because it it varies on who you talk to. Some people have problems with cast and some people don't have problems, like they don't think it's a thing. I don't know, like it's I'm not gonna make any but I know it's a problem for the low caste people for sure. Wow. Bad mush, kidda. Yo, can someone come on and share the screen of the thing that's going down, man? Like, I want to see it. I gotta go in and switch my clothes. Someone jump on. This the link is pinned at the top. Namaste, familia. Namo Buddhaya. Motherfucking Shahid in here too? Jeez. Yo, Shahid, jump on and show the footage of Buska in the Park of what happened with Raj and Asif. I've moved on from religion to the fuckery of the US, meddling in Ukraine and blaming Russia for everything. I hate NATO. Dude, I agree with you. And our country is dicks for that. Yeah, someone come on and damn yeah. Someone come on and share the screen. I want to see it. That's so fucked up. I can't believe that happened. Is he okay? I mean, did he get fucked up or he just got pushed a couple times? Because there's a big difference. Like, there's a big difference between getting fucked up or getting jumped and getting pushed around. Like, did he hit the ground? Did he get punched? Like, or did he get like nudged and elbowed a little bit, which is something completely different. So I know people are gonna like blow it up, but I'd like to see what actually happened. So T evidently on Buska in the park channel live stream, some people surrounded Asif, the old Christian guy who be talking shit, and Raj went over there to help him, and I guess they got into like a little brawl. So I'm trying to see like what happened, but I'm on my phone and I can't share the screen. Like I won't add you to, if you don't want to be like you don't have to say anything on the panel. Or you could just jump on and share the screen and not say anything. I don't, but I would like to see the footage. I see footage. I stay annoyed. I see footage. I stay annoyed. Yeah, T. I don't know. T, are you on a laptop, bro? Oh, your computer. Is that Shahid?
Yes, it's me. Hello.
Yo, what happened, bro? Did you see it? Can we play it? Are you on a computer?
Yeah, I'm on a computer. Hold on.
Big up, bro. Yes, let's watch it. I want to see it. Did you watch it?
I
Did you
have
see
it
it
on the
already?
screen.
How?
Your microphone's acting up, man. It's like a robot.
How do I make that first screen? First screen.
That is full screen. Yeah, you're gonna have to jump back in and out, but I'll play the audio for you.
Alright, I'm gonna jump back in and out. Fuck.
Alright.
Three million Muslims are in a concentration camp. So Muslims need to be understanding that why China is locking your mouth with the money and you are not speaking against China. That's my statement.
That's your statement. Let me ask you more questions about what's going on here.
Yes.
How many years have you been coming to speak to school?
Sorry?
How many years have you been coming to speak to school?
Last 14 years.
So in 14 years,
Yeah.
how much has it changed? Because as you look around us now, we've got a lot of young people, we've got social media, and we've got events being created for social media. What do you think of that?
9 or 10 years back, there was no violence. But now, look at the violence and look at the behavior of the Muslim here. Their behavior is nothing more than animal behavior. Even animals are better than the Muslims. Even animals are better than the Muslims because sometimes animals behave a gentle behavior.
You worship a cow.
But the
So what's wrong with animals?
Muslims,
You
they
worship animals.
behave like
with this guy or not, there's a right to speak like they do. What they're doing here is going to destroy speakers. Now, I haven't come from here. I'm not really stuff. Look at them. Now, what they've been trying to do is intimidate people not to come in. But we're not scared. We're not scared. And the point is this, they are embarrassing the Muslim community. They're embarrassing the Muslim community. Muslims are not all like this, But what they're doing is representing Muslims and trying to make them look bad. Whether they're propagandists, come here to do on purpose, whatever. The point is, we are here. To talk about free speech and to have a conversation civilly. I don't agree with Uncle Asif with a lot of things. I'm a Sikh. He's a Christian. We're fundamentally opposed to each other's beliefs. So you can see what they're doing here. And you've got an opportunity right here, yes? You've got an opportunity right here. Whether you agree with them or not, he's now being pushed about like that. And it's not right. Whatever. This will be closed. This keeps on happening. And these guys don't realise that without speakers of order, they can't do Dharma. Yeah? So everybody has to be or not, we should be able to have a conversation civilly. And of course, it was a bit of fun. It was a bit of fun, right? Yeah. Now you can see they're getting aggressive and angry. Now I haven't been here for a year. A year later. So the thing is, the police here are disgraceful in this park. They have allowed the park to turn into mayhem. And I blame the police for this fuckery that you see about here. Now the police, someone's been badly hurt or killed in this park, and you're responsible. Yes? What you need to do is man up. Don't be scared of the mob. Don't be scared of the mob. One person may be right, they may all be wrong. But the thing is, no one be scared to come down here. Because I'm telling you, all of these guys here are just all talk for no action. I'm off.
Tell me about what just happened there.
They were just pushing aggressive, so I jumped in the middle, and they start pushing me. And I'm not going to move. I just said my bit, and I'm gone now, because we're not going to give them energy.
Yes.
Because those guys here, whether you like it or not, are going to destroy the park. Now, I haven't been here for a year, but it's still the same sort of foolishness, yeah? And the thing is, the police are disgraceful around it, because they've allowed it to escalate to this point. If the park closes, it's going to hurt everyone, including Muslims, including Christians, including Sikhs, everybody, yeah? These guys can't do dawah, Christians can't do their stuff, and other people can't talk about stuff. So everybody has to be in this park, yeah? Whether we agree with Asif or not. Asif, yeah? I'm not going to go. Sometimes you say stuff that are crazy, yeah? And I sit there like, you're crazy for saying that. But you have a right to say it in this park, yeah? It doesn't mean I agree with you, but you have a right to say it. And when these guys are acting like thugs, pushing everyone, gearing and all that, they think we're scared of them. We're not. I think they're pathetic.
Did Christian ever push you?
No, they haven't. But then again, I haven't gone against Christianity. I know. But you have to understand, this is why I'm not. That's why I said to you, this is a good Muslim brother. Yeah? There's a lot. Look. Let me tell you something.
They're playing with him.
Look.
You don't know.
Let me say, I agree. There's a lot of good Muslim brothers and sisters around there. They're not doing that shit. But these guys that are doing it are going to ruin it for everybody else. So they're children. They're kids, yeah? But when I was 16, I wasn't acting like that. When I was 16, I wasn't behaving like that. So these kids are going to play. They're grown up enough to go on a train, right? They can wipe their own ass, right?
That's why you are.
Yeah? Can they go for a piss? Yes, they can. So I don't want this about the new kids. The point is this: when we was younger, I would never have thought of doing this stuff. These guys are pushing an old man. You know what the uncle over there? When they do it to him,
because you was pushing.
When they do it to him,
they are pushing. Yes.
There was certain times you just leave a minute.
Several times.
Several times. A bit of fun and pushing. They're pushing me as well.
Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away.
Do not call me an
Stay
animal.
away.
Shout at me again. Shout at me again.
Stay away.
Old man, brother. Don't shout at me, brother. Don't shout at me. You're fucking me. And don't call me an animal. You're the one who worship animals. So don't fucking get through to me.
You need to stop this fighting.
You are the source of fighting.
He wasn't the one fighting them.
You are the source of fighting.
He's the one. Uncle, you need to stop this.
You are the source of fighting. Nobody else. Nobody else.
Every time I look, you in a little problem, Uncle.
It's just been pushed. It's just been pushed.
That guy is pushing me. That guy. I am son of God. He is.
Mia.
Yes. What did Jesus do? Jesus resurrected. Listen to them.
Peace be with
Wait,
you.
wait.
Is that
So
it?
that is basically what happened. You just got pushed.
That's like barely an ass kicking. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's why I wanted to see it. Like people are like, oh, he got his ass kicked. He got shoved around, but that's freaking
It
terrible.
was
Like,
it was literally just
uh,
I don't know. So a man gets
like
pushed and you twist it into that. It is what it is,
yeah,
man.
I don't know.
You just
Yeah, it is a minor thing, but it's a bad look though. Like, why? That guy's an old man. Like, no matter what he says, yeah, he says stuff that is inappropriate and horrible. But
nah, but you
he's an
got kids.
old guy, dude.
Nah,
Like,
but you got kids around there, man. When you got kids around there, they don't understand. They mute up, man. They don't care. They don't care about no uncles. They don't care about nothing over there, man. They just
I'm
come
trying to
there.
remember which ones is my. These three are mine. Okay, 43 to 45.
No,
Sorry,
but
it's been a lot.
listen. Nobody cares about some things like that, bro. Like, okay, so you get pushed. If I got pushed in the park like that, I wouldn't care less, bro. I walk on my day, bro. I walk off just like that. I wouldn't care if somebody pushed me or something like that. It doesn't
Yeah,
affect me.
exactly. Yeah, it's nothing really, but at the
But
same
people,
time, it is
mm,
something though. Any violence in the park is going to be made to a big deal, you know, by
no, but
everyone. So it's just feeding people like Hattoon to make a video, another video saying, look at these Muslims. You know what I'm saying? You're just feeding that shit. Like,
well, here's the thing, right? People come to the park for provoking people, provoking to people to fight. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what you're supposed to do. You go to the park, you debate, and you walk out. Simple,
mm-hmm.
you know. And
And you
that
know
also
how
goes
people
into
are down there, you know, like, you don't, people are going to say shit that's going to piss you off. That's what the park is every week, is people arguing over religion over and over and over again.
and
So,
that's why I don't bother watching Speakers Corner videos no more. I don't care. I could care less about it, man.
yeah, it's
I,
dead.
I, it's the same old, man. Okay, so somebody got pushed. It wasn't like 2 years ago when people were fighting each other. Uh, some big guy decided to attack some guy, push him to the railings and stuff. Nah, man, it wasn't like that. Like it was like that 2 years ago, but now it's just come to people like with kids. So
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's kids there. You can't be doing that shit. Like,
but who's gonna tell the kid? Who's gonna tell the 18-year-old, yo, you're not supposed to treat the uncle like that?
bro,
Now,
like, isn't that like, what do you mean? Who's gonna tell? You don't think most
no,
18 year
nobody.
olds would
Listen,
know not to fuck up
an 18-year-old doesn't know anything. An 18-year-old doesn't know anything.
not to fuck up old people though?
Listen,
Shotty,
they
come
don't
on.
listen to no one. They don't listen to no one. They don't listen to no one, bro. I'm in my 20s. You think you listen? If you brought up with a certain lifestyle, that's how you gonna live, and that's how you gonna be. People like that, they just go on to be people who just want to provoke people and provoke people to fight, and that's majority of the Asians nowadays. Like, am I lying? Hell, I live in an area, right? I live in an area where majority of Asians live in my area. These men, they'll come outside every day provoking people to fight you. Nah, man, I've seen it
Why
before. Like,
though? Like, what is going? Y'all gonna have to deal with shitty audio for a second because I need to plug my phone in. But can you hear me?
yes, we could hear you.
All right, yeah. I don't get it. Like, I hope this is the real Jupiter. Is this Jupiter?
Hey, hello, long time.
How are you?
I'm okay. Where have you been?
Well, I bought a house, so
Congratulations.
thank you. So between moving and home improvement stuff, like never ending, so just been busy, busy. Yeah,
Oh, good for you. So,
yeah. It's
so does it
crazy.
feel?
I came on today, and in the beginning of the stream, I said that Speaker's Corner was dead, and that the only time it's live is when Raj goes. And then, like maybe 20 minutes later, we hear the stuff that happened today. And Shahi just played the video. I'm not sure if you saw it.
Yeah, just see the back end of it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on down there. I just think it's got worse and worse. And Speaker's Corner ain't Speaker's Corner no more, is it? Let's be honest.
No, it's not at all. Not since like all the major streamers stopped going, like Mr. Rax, COE, like since COVID changed everything, and now it's just religion battles. That's it. There's nothing else.
Yeah, and it's sad because there's so many more other topics in the world to be discussing. I remember when I was younger, it used to be a place where you could get really, really highly intelligent people going, people that were really political, people that were really religious, but also just ordinary nobodies that thought they weren't getting their voice heard, that had an injustice. There's no room for any of that no more, and that's so sad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad even, to see it change from even a couple of years ago, like when I started watching it, to what it is now. It's just like, I don't know, like I used to want to go there. Like I used to want to plan a trip to go there, and then COVID hit. And now it's just what it is. Like I really don't have a desire to go there anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think when proper big personalities, people that can handle all that kind of nonsense, when there's more than just a handful that used to go there regular, it kind of kept them in their place. But what with online and then COVID, there's no need to go there. Why put yourself? Why go down there amongst people that are only looking to get physical when you can stay at home and do a live stream? There just doesn't seem to be any point, is there? You know.
Yeah, and even they're trying to put it online, like with the thing that Manny and them are the Speaker Corner online thing. Like I've never looked at that. I don't even know what it is. Is that cool, or is it just? It's not the same. You can't. I don't know. I feel like there's so much history in that place. Like you can't just take it and put it online. I don't know.
Yeah, the heart's been ripped out of it, and our government have allowed it to happen. I also think that the policeman leaving PC Barnes and the new police are just rubbish. Really, where's she gone? But yeah, I think the new police are not that good at enforcing the rules or being fair and just. To be honest with you, I mean, a few weeks ago. There was a load of them that attacked a bloke, and there was only one man that got sort of like walked out of the park, and he was the one that got attacked. And we've seen this before, time and time again, where they go for the one that's being attacked, even if he's not in the wrong, and just make them leave. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, he was a huge part of it too, Barnes. But I don't know, the cops down there, they've lost their scunions. Like they don't have any scunions.
They're useless. They're
They
useless.
like, yeah, they allow stuff like that, and then they're scared to prosecute people. Like they're just, I don't know, they allow people to talk. Dude, the way I've seen people speak to police in Speaker's Corner, I just think to myself, if that was an American cop, like you're down to like a 40% chance you might walk away alive. Like you can't go up to a cop and be like, "You fucking cunt, you useless, piece of shit." Like you'd be in cuffs at the minimum.
Yeah. To be fair, that's not just Speaker's Corner though. I think one of the great freedoms of Britain is that you can show your anger to a certain degree with the police. You are allowed to raise your voice and stuff, as long as you're not causing a public disorder. And it will depend on the policeman whether they actually go down that route or not. But a lot of the time you see people remonstrating with the police, not just in Speaker's Corner. That is a culturally British thing, that you can actually remonstrate with the police if you want. Although the best thing to do is to be sensible.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The cops, like, there's no respect over there for. Can't talk to cops like that over here. They'll fuck you up. They don't fear British cops. Like nobody fears British cops. Like they just, they have a little stick and they talk all nice and politely. And
American
Oh,
cops are worse though.
Jordan M, please come on, because just because you've only seen me at the park once, and that was when I was fighting, that doesn't mean it was the only time I was there. And I've got footage to prove that, by the way, Jordan M. So
I don't know if that's the actual one because I don't think he would come to my channel.
Yeah, there's clone accounts, so of course you have to check it out before if it is the real one.
So
Oh, this is crazy. Everyone's here. Yeah, I don't know, man. Speaker's Corner. Yeah, you're right. There's no heart. It's just not the same. It's just a dump now, like a fighting ground, battle of the gods, God, epic battle, death battle.
but I'm surprised Raj was there today though, because he never mentioned that he was going there. We was with him Friday night because he's been really concentrating on his art.
Mhm.
And he
Yeah,
did
I
an
saw that.
Mm.
I saw
yeah,
the pictures of you guys. Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
heard that he said that he was going to the park in a few weeks, but today, I think I don't know. He just decided to walk to the park today.
yeah, but good on him. Yeah, good on him. I think him concentrating on his artwork as well is a good thing for him. I think it's motivating him, and I think it's giving him a sense of pride. And he was on the way home. He was actually, as we were walking to the station, which was not too far from where we ended up drinking anyway. He sort of said, he's actually tired with all the back and forth, and then there he is on Sunday turning up, and he's getting attacked. It's bizarre. But,
It is. It's like I don't know. I got so sick of YouTube, and even now, like this, I've been gone. I gave it a good break for a while, but I check in spontaneously, like at different channels. I unsub to a lot, so I don't get any notifications anymore. But it's just the same thing, like from a year ago. The same thing over and over again. Like people getting doxxed, people calling each other pedophiles. It's just like I don't understand how some of these people, like, how do you know that many pedophiles in your life? Like I don't fucking know any in real life. I couldn't tell you one. But these people are like they know like 10 people, and I'm like, what kind of person are you? Like it's freaking weird. It's exhausting.
It's all propaganda, and it's all just to cause distress, and then
It's
to
like
get
people
people
ran out of
arguing with you.
content.
Yeah.
They've run out of content because there's no Speaker's Corner to carry through the week anymore, like there used to be. Like Speakers one Sunday would carry stream for till the next Sunday, and there was a lot to go off of. But it's
Well,
not
he's the thing about Speaker's Corner. I think that the good years was 2019, 2018, but since 2018 it's died down a lot. That's why like certain people, they just don't want to listen to Speaker's Corner anymore because it gets repetitive with
I
religious
think
debates all the time.
personally, online with these channels, when Veli went off, he left a huge hole, and it was filled with trolls. That's all that's happened. And yes, the trolls were already kind of trying to take over, like turning up on his show and annoying him. But out of all the channel shows that we had, Veli's show was the only one where everybody from different walks, atheists, religious people, black, white, Asian, they could all go on, all have an equal say, have a little bit of banter, make fun of each other, and generally have good conversation. Yeah, towards the end, it did become annoying because people just wanted to come on and just scream abuse. And then it became silly and pointless because people were trying to make it sort of like no-go zones for certain people. But before that, it was a really good place to have conversation. And it's such a shame, Jen, because communication is still the key. It's still the key.
I agree, man. I miss G Block. G Block, man. There were some
Man, to
great
be
times on that show, and it
well,
was like enjoyable to listen to. You
well
know, jump on.
right. To be fair, I still want to listen to Valley Stream, but he took all of them down now. You know, so what can you do?
I would love them to come back, but I do think that he's moved on in his life, and why shouldn't he? Like Raj has. If you're motivated, you've gone into another area, and you're past it all. Good for them, you know. It's just like there's a lot of YouTubers that I know now that are actually past even engaging for a little bit of banter with some people because they are just trolls, and that their main aim is not even to have a laugh, but to be spiteful, to cause propaganda, and to essentially lie and ruin people's lives. And that's something that, as much as I'm opinionated and I can get aroused in that, I'm not really invested in people's lives. I don't really care what they do. But don't get me wrong, if you step on my family, then you've opened up a doorway for yourself. But apart from that, you know, I mean, Jen, I don't even know how many kids you got. I know you've got daughters because I've heard you mention daughters before, but I don't ask you if you're married. I don't ask anyone if they're married. If they mention it, then you talk about it.
Exactly.
Otherwise, I don't ask. I really
I never got that. Like, I never got that. Going and like getting personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have my details. Like, I found that out. Like, and it's not a good feeling. Like, what the hell? You know, like it's terrible to hold over people's head, especially like I've never doxed no one. I've never shown no family picture. Like, it's just stupidness. It doesn't make sense. And I don't know, it's just nasty. Like, I can't fuck with people like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just a shame. It's a shame, and I think that once the maturity of and we have to admit that Veli was quite mature the way that he held up his channel. I'm not saying he was perfect. At times he lost it himself, which was quite comical because it was so rare. But you know, once the maturer people left, or the ones that did genuinely try to rationalise or did generally hold a view, but understood that everybody else had the right to have their view, although we could tell them it was wrong, or they could tell me I was wrong, or whatever. There was still something that everybody gained out of those conversations. Once it got to the stage of just dissing for the sake of dissing for brownie points or to try and look hard, it was pathetic. It became pathetic. And I still find it pathetic today. You know, when people come on and they go, "Oh, we've doxed this one, or we've clipped this and made it look like this," I still find it, and I'm not even talking about myself because it's moved on from just hating Jupiter to a whole range of people. What they've done to people is just absolutely disgusting, absolutely. you know, and it's actually gone past harassment, and because it's so complicated, it's taking such a long time for it to all unravel and justice to get seen. In some cases, people have been put in real danger.
What, so Jibs, you've got cases pending, haven't you, in regards to all that?
Yes, so I have, yes, but they're all being left with the police. I don't get involved in it. I don't, you know, if something happens, I just inform them and I leave it. It's something that I wish I never had to go down that route.
No,
It got to the stage where it was just too much. They were going into my children's Facebooks. I'm talking about my older children. They were looking for my grandchildren. They were collecting pictures of people's kids, including mine. And over time, it's got more and more people that have had their children.
Why do you think he's targeted so much? Do you think it's in their eyes, or whoever's doing it, your political views or what? Because I've never resorted to any of that madness, and I find it, you know, really fucking strange. All the digging into people's lives, and you know what I mean. And
you know what though, it's a common trope, like amongst like the far, well, I don't know about far right or whatever, like the FNAF and the groups like that, like these like Mark Collette's and Vinnie Sullivan's, like they dox people, they put people's family pictures out there, like. You know, like, what is it with that?
But people do that. People do that because they can't have the conversation, right? They can't have it. They just can't do it. They can't have a conversation, so they have to attack the man. It's called.
Yeah, but I can honestly say that I don't believe Veli was involved in any of that shit. No. And I think that's why, because there's a lot of YouTubers out there that say that they're not involved in it, but actually they are involved in it. If you know what I mean.
In the background, you mean?
Yes, quite a few will actually be ringing each other, conspiring, getting involved. Then, like Jen says, you've also got the political side of it. You've got the idiots that are fighting politically with each other, that think they're proving something but by dissing each other. And if you happen, like I still maintain, right? I don't agree with everything Tommy Robinson says. But when it comes to the one area of grooming gangs, there's nobody else who knows it inside out like he does. There is nobody else at the moment. So
nobody can deny that it happened. It's happened, isn't it? It's happened.
Yeah,
and it could be still happening.
Yeah,
so, no one can deny that. It's just how do we move forward, right? How do we move forward now?
Yeah,
now we're at this stage,
you know.
But labeling a whole demographic as nefarious, I don't think that's helpful. But I'm not saying he's doing that.
Yeah, well, no, I think he's made it. I think he you see, the problem is that unless you hear everything that somebody says in entirety, you're going to form a judgment, and you can only change your judgment when you gain more knowledge, right? And I think that's for everything, and we can all agree that is.
Sorry to interject. We live in a soundbite culture, and no one's going to do that, innit? We live in that soundbite culture, so people are just going to. Do you know what I mean? Take a little clip it or a little snippet.
It's the soundbite culture that needs to go because it's
of course, but people take a little snippet that just confirms their bias and they'll run with it. That's the nature of the beast in this strange scene that we're involved in.
Well, yeah, online, but in the real world, it's not like that. And people can actually evaluate a lot more by communication.
Yeah, but
that was the beauty of Veli's. That was the beauty of it, because they would take something that was said and then investigate it properly, rather than just run with it and then form a hate campaign and propaganda and spite. You know.
All right, so you reckon it was the home of intellectual honesty, yeah? Okay, that's one take.
I never said
I'm sorry.
that. That was your words. I never said that.
Yeah, and I was being sarky, obviously.
G Block was the hub of intellectual discussions, bro.
I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna ignore that comment, Jen. Yeah.
Bro, what other channel is like G Block? Literally none.
Oh, the reality says that
it's the same people that are on the. It's the same people. Doesn't matter whose YouTube channel it is. It's the same people. They just fucking go from channel to channel. It's the same fucking people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Bad Marsh even got, I don't know if he wants to talk about it, but he even got threatened for just coming onto my show. Jen.
What's his face? That geezer, the guy that Wisdom hangs about. What's his name? I forget his
Brian
name.
Hurl.
Yeah. You reckon he's got pictures of my
Oh
sister
my
and their kids.
God.
And weird,
That's
weird
fucking
people, man.
sick, man. That's sick.
Weird
Why would
people.
you do that? I can't stand that.
Strange
Like,
people.
that's a grown ass person. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude's older than I am. Like, why are you conducting yourself like children online? Like,
Well, I
It's just
wouldn't.
levels of
man.
being ill, isn't it? It's
Sick,
levels of
I
being
man.
ill.
wouldn't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't
Levels of being ill. Levels of being ill. And then,
worry
do you know what I
too
mean?
much.
And the thing is, they're all part. They're part of these little cliques, and people egg them on. People say, "Yeah, what you're doing is good." They've got a
Yeah,
circle of
it's
people.
disgusting what's
They've got a
going on
circle of
over there.
people that are saying, "Yeah, this behaviour is good. Yeah, do it." Do you know what I mean? Do it. Yeah, it's good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
it
weird.
is. Yeah.
Weird.
But I wouldn't worry too much, Bad Marsh, because there's a person called Ricky Millwall. Whether you get on with him or not,
I don't
he's
know.
put
I know
footage
the
up.
name. I don't know any of his.
He's actually put footage up, and Brian Hurl's in some serious trouble because not only in the last 3 weeks has he been constantly putting up videos calling out Essex police, and calling them some choice names, which is not going to go down with obviously that establishment. But the gangsters that he's been calling out their names over and over and over again, well, they've told him now that they're looking for him. That's it. They've had enough. In fact, Jen, you could play it. Ricky Millwall won't strike you if you wanted to.
I'm not really that
Yeah,
interested.
go.
I'm not
You
really
can.
that interested in Brian
She
Hurl.
she's on the phone. She's
Can
on
y'all
the
hear
phone.
me?
She's not on the. Yeah, we can hear
What,
you.
what,
But
what, what about
Oh
you,
yeah, I'm here.
Shahid? Do you not move with people who dox each other?
what? What
Do
was
you
the
not?
question?
Do you not hang around with people that dox each other? We're discussing doxing.
So let me put back the question at you because I'm not gonna answer that question because you hang
Is that
around the
yes
same
then?
people that do that.
Is that yes then?
Don't you hang around Raj who's done that before once or twice?
What do you want to hang around with him?
Oh, so you're telling me you're not respectful towards Raj, you're not cool with Raj.
I don't
Are you
hang around with him.
saying that you don't?
Yeah, but what is that?
I don't
That's
chat to him on a
different than
regular.
condoning his
No,
behavior.
I would
You
say
can
that
be
you
cool
chat to
with
No,
Brian.
but
Hold
you're
on,
coming with an
I'll just say
insinuation
my finish my
with that
sentence.
question.
I'd say that you chat to Brian Hurl more than I chat to Raj. I hardly chat to Nagisa. I chat to him on
I
the
don't chat
weekends.
to Brian Ho actually, so that's a lie.
Oh, I just thought you was part of that same clique. But what about the whole American crew? Don't they dox each other?
So now you're asking me about American business.
I'm just asking you about doxing, mate. Do you hang around with people that dox people? It's not fucking complicated. It's not
Why
fucking. It's not
why are
mystery
you
hour.
angry?
It's not
Why are
mystery
you
hour, mate.
angry?
It's not a fucking quick
Why are
tickle.
you angry?
I'm not
Why are
angry.
you
I'm
angry?
not angry. I'm not
But
angry.
you're yelling. You're
Stop telling
yelling.
me how I'm feeling.
Oh,
Stop
wow.
telling
You're
me how I'm
yelling
feeling.
though. You're
I'm just
yelling
asking
though.
you. I'm
You're
just asking you.
yelling.
Do you hang around with people that dox people?
And I can ask the same question about you. That's why I'm not gonna answer that question.
You're a strange boy. You're another strange boy, man.
Yeah.
Strange boy.
Says the guy who said the N-word.
I said the N-word.
Yeah, you did.
To who?
I don't think that's
Listen, you said it on
true,
Discord.
Shahid.
You said it on
I
Discord.
don't think that's
You said
true.
it on Discord.
No, I
Nah,
was
like,
talking about some hip hop. I was talking
You
about
said it
some
on
hip hop
Discord.
lyrics. Yeah, I was talking about hip MF Doom tune. A
No.
rapper called MF Doom. We were talking
So
about
you're
him.
saying
He
you're
had
allowed
just
to say
died.
it in a hip
He
hop
had
song?
just died. Shut the fuck up, man. He had just
You're
died.
allowed to say it in
My
a hip
favorite
hop song
rapper.
and say the
And I'm
N-word.
talking about some hip hop lyrics. I don't go around calling
You
people the
got
N-word.
called out for being a racist on Discord.
You're a monk, bruv. I'm a racist.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That's why you left Discord. That's why you left Discord in the first place.
Listen, young man.
You left
If you need
Discord
me
in
to
the
have that
first place
label, if
because
you
you got
need
called
me
out for
to
saying
have
the
that
N-word.
label of racist, then I'll be a racist. That's fine. But I
Yeah,
don't go
because
around.
you got
I don't
called out
go
on
around calling
Discord.
people the N-word. I don't go around using the P word or the N-word.
Okay.
I'm not a
Yeah.
spaz. I'm not a
Well,
spaz. I was
there's
talking
audio of
about a
you saying
rapper who
that.
passed away
There's audio
and
of
some
you
of his
saying that.
lyrics.
There's audio of you
Are
saying
you
that.
fucking?
That's why you
Are you
left
able to
Discord.
listen? I was
That's why you
quoting
left
lyrics.
Discord.
I was quoting lyrics from a hip hop tune.
You
From
can't
a
quote
guy called
lyrics from
MF
saying the
Doom.
N-word.
From a
You
guy
can't
called
quote
MF Doom.
lyrics from saying the
You're a
Well,
N-word.
fucking
this is
spaz.
bad.
Are you mad?
You're a spaz. You're a spaz.
Yeah.
come
You're a
on. I
spaz.
mean, Shahid,
What's that
if it's
fucking mom?
lyrics,
What's
bro,
that
like, you
fucking
can't
mom?
really. I
No,
mean,
you can't say the
some-
Are you
N word. This is
suggesting I'm a
music.
racist?
You can't.
Are you suggesting I'm a racist?
but I don't think
You got
that's.
called
Are
out
you
for being a
suggesting I'm a
racist.
racist? Hold on
Yeah,
a
you are.
second, Jen. Look, the Hmong speak. Are you suggesting I'm a racist?
Yes, you are.
Jesus.
Because I'm quoting some hip hop lyrics. That makes me a racist.
If you are saying the
You're
N word
special.
from a
I don't
music
even know what
song,
I'm
then
talking to you,
then
bruv.
that's what you
You're
are.
special needs. You're a fucking special needs
But-
person.
Yeah,
But
keep saying that.
look, all this personal attack is just not necessary. It's pathetic.
His
Because
question was
to
personal
be
attack.
honest, we can all find,
His question was
You are
personal
a
attack.
single
we
cell
can all
organism,
find
bruv.
shit that we have all mistakenly involved
I've
ourselves in.
met more intelligent slugs. You know that. You are pond life, Shahid. Pond life.
Yeah, keep throwing
And that's
attacks. Keep
actually
throwing,
going
keep,
easy on you.
keep
You are
throwing,
pond life.
keep throwing the insults because that's all you need to do.
No, yeah, but you're
All
the one
right,
that's
guys. Let's bring it back to. Let's take a
What's wrong
breath.
with him? He's fucking calling me a
Let's take
racist.
it. Let's
He's calling
take a
me
nice
fucking racist.
tea.
Fucking pond life, this guy.
Let's just take a nice deep breath, like, you know,
The discussion was fucking.
and just take a
No, the
minute to
discussion was-
reset.
The
Like,
discussion
let's
was
just.
doxing. Hold on. The discussion was
Yeah.
doxing. The discussion was doxing. I made a
Right,
valid
and I
question.
hear you,
I
right?
asked a
But
valid-
listen,
hold
check
on,
this.
Jen. Hold on, Jen. I asked a
Yeah.
valid question about doxing.
Right,
Yeah?
right. So
Why
can
am
I answer
worrying
you?
About I'm a racist.
Right. So let's check.
It's called an avoidance. It's called an avoidance technique.
No,
No, it
but
isn't. It's
T.
called you're adding a question to an insult. You're
But
indirectly
listen.
insulting.
Oh my
You're
God, can I
indirectly
talk?
adding the disrespect. So that's what you did.
I'm just
But it's
gonna
not
say this,
really
T.
because you are involved with people that do docs. So the answer is yes, and we all
Yeah,
know
that's all you
that.
have to do. You don't
And
have to make up a lie about me
Hold
being
on,
racist.
Hold on
that
a
much.
Just
second.
being
He does
honest.
the same
We
thing.
all
You
He's
can't
have
just
to
be
done the
honest,
same
answer
thing.
innit?
He's
yes.
done the same thing.
And the
You have to
reason
make
you
up a lie
didn't
about me
say
He's
being
done the
yes,
same thing. He's done the same thing.
yeah,
So
but
what's
the
the
reason
point?
you didn't want to say yes is because you know it's not a good thing to be doing. So, you know.
I don't do it though. There's a difference.
Yeah, I'm not saying you did it. No one said you did it. Nobody said you did it.
Yeah, but
But
don't
T,
ask a
listen,
question.
I've
Hold
known
on.
people
Don't
who have
ask a
doxed
question when
people.
you've
You
done
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Don't ask
It's
a
not.
question when you've done it.
It's
You're not
not
able to
far.
do
I don't think
It's
anyone.
not far on YouTube to not know someone who has doxed at least one person. You know what I'm saying? It's common trope around the circles. Like, I've never done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone is like kind of guilty of that shit, or willing to look away if somebody we're cool with does it, and
It's too
condemn
much. You know
the
what?
next person
too
that
much
does it.
people-
Like,
Yeah, but there's too much dishonest convo. There's too much people poking.
is that
others.
Chris?
Right,
Is that
Chris?
the real Chris?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing,
Can you hear me?
Chris Vinder?
Yeah, very well.
Fucking hell.
Good.
Chris, I
How's
heard
it
you're moving
going?
out to
How are
America. Chris, I heard you're moving out to America, Chris.
Yeah, for Jen. I'll move out for Jen. Yeah. All day long.
Oh
I
God,
didn't mean that. I wasn't
you would
suggesting-
hate. You would
I
hate
don't-
America.
She got my
I
hopes
wasn't
up then.
suggesting that.
I think you would hate America. It's too liberal.
I would definitely hate America. Definitely.
How's it going, man? You all right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about doxing,
Yeah,
Chris.
man,
Have
just
you
enjoying
ever
the
hung
chat.
out with people who have doxed people, Chris? Huh?
Oh, there's loads of doxing in our circles, to be fair. My entire family's been doxed, to be fair, so, but it is
Really?
unfortunate, I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
Is that what because of your political leanings, or what? You just fell out with someone?
Yeah. But to be fair, there's people
Yeah,
that
yeah,
actually
two
like.
options
I'm
there.
not going to mention names.
I don't want to know names, but
yeah,
what's the rationale behind it?
Oh, because they just hate me. You know, I would have a different opinion or whatever, and we'd have a little fallout. So they just, I'm a cool guy, man. I'm like, I'm all right, man. I'm all right, but
You're like the
my
friendly
mum's been
face of
doxed, my
ethno-nationalism.
father.
Are you like the hippie ethno?
I try to be.
No,
I try to be, yeah, but I don't
ethno-
like to call myself an ethno nat, but I like to call myself an English nationalist.
Right, yeah.
Like I'm for
What's
England
What's the
first.
difference?
Don't really
Explain
wanna be
the
like-
difference. Explain the difference to us.
But wasn't you not an ethno-nat before? You called yourself an ethno-nat before on different streams. Have you
Yeah, I
adjusted
probably
your-
did. Yeah,
Yeah. Have you adjusted your position?
Yeah, Bad Marsh, if you don't mind, I'd like him to explain the difference.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't mind.
I am like a lot of obviously ethno-nationalists is for just white people in general, yeah. So they don't mind as long as white people stick together from wherever you're from. I'm for England, for the ethnically English to be the super majority of my nation.
What if you come from Normandy?
yeah.
Does that make you English?
I don't know. I don't know everything. I'm a bit.
Just so you know, Normandy's not in England. Just so you know.
So are you 100%
Okay,
ethnically English then?
What if
Nah,
you're from Germany?
I'm
What
a
if you're
super
from Germany
majority
back in the
ethnically.
day? What if you're from Germany back in the day and
I'm
you've
definitely German,
and you've been here for
I-
generations? Hold on, and you've been here for generations. Does that make you English then?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. No.
So you want them out? You want the
I think you
people
need
that
to
are
have
from Germanic? You want
if you
the
have a
people that are
DNA,
from
if
like
you have a
Germanic
DNA,
background, the ones that come from Normandy, you want them out, yeah?
yeah. If you've got like, I mean, I'm not look, not highest IQ guy, but if you've got if you're ethnically English in your DNA, then or a super majority, obviously we're mixed to some degree. Then I think.
So what's the percentage got to be for you? What's the percentage got to be for you?
Yeah, that's an interesting answer.
Well, yeah, that's a good question. Obviously, above 50%.
Above 50,
I think
yeah.
above 50% ethnic English.
So that would mean that for you, mixed race children of white people need to be fucked off, then, yeah?
It's a difficult one because obviously
Where would you send them to as well, mate?
Sorry, mate.
When you're ready. Where would you send them to?
Wait, let him finish. Let him finish. What was your answer, Chris?
I don't agree with sending anyone anywhere, man. I just want a peaceful world for everyone. Like with mixed race children, yeah, it's more complicated because one of my best friends is actually mixed race, and it's a complicated situation because obviously and his father's actually ginger as well, based. The gingers are taken over, by the way, but on a serious note, it's difficult because obviously the mixed race parents could be all English, and then obviously the father's background or the mother's background could be from another ethnicity. So it's a bit difficult. So yeah, but I'm not all for kicking anyone out. I don't think there's a political solution. I think it's the damage has already been done, but also at the same time,
what's the damage?
What's the damage? Mass immigration into our nation, mass immigration into our nation has already been done. Mass birth rates.
But that's nonsense, and I'm going to tell you why you've got that upside down because the mass immigration I agree with you, right? The infrastructure, the numbers, I don't care where they come from, right? I agree with you. Illegal immigration shouldn't happen. We should do something about the immigration coming in, only having people we want. Okay, fine. But when you say that's what that you believe in white, okay, the demographics coming in, are changing because whole families are coming in, not because of people that are mixing up.
But the recent influx have been white. I don't know if you know.
And not
Poland. I disagree with that.
You disagree that
we have a lot of Ukrainians coming in.
You might want to come to West London, a place called Ealing, and tell me that there's not loads of Polish here. There's loads of Polish here.
I don't agree with the Polish. I don't agree with Polish or Ukrainians coming here either. I think they should belong.
But
also have a.
So it's a numbers thing for you, right? You just think we're overrun in regards to the numbers.
I think we are overrun, yeah, and then obviously we have a lot of especially veterans on the streets homeless, and I think we should be looking after them first.
Do you think that will change?
They've made an announcement.
Do you think that will suddenly change? Do you think the government will start caring about veterans?
Well, they should do. They've made an announcement today.
They always live up to their announcements.
Well, they've been doing.
Don't hold your breath.
They've been doing a study since last summer on the amount of veterans that, but once they leave the army or the RAF, whatever they're in, signing on and homelessness. And today they said that they want to do more. It's actually
they need to. But,
there's an actual story in the Daily Mail today about it. So
they should have done that regardless of the levels of immigration into the country, innit? It's the two have got nothing to do with each other. They should have done that regardless, innit? If you're gonna,
they should have done, but at least they're talking about it in politics now. So
yeah, that's good. I don't see much happening. But anyway,
Interesting.
I'm a bit more skeptical.
Yeah, I can't see what's happening.
All right. Speaking of British politics, what do you guys think about? Oh my God. What? I'm sorry. What do you guys?
Kill Bojo
Chill, chill.
and Rishi Sunak.
What do you guys? Chill, man. Let me get it out.
Yeah, he's
Fuck's
like this
sake.
whenever he's had a line.
So what do you think about the people protesting over the movie called Lady of Heaven? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I
So
don't.
there's
about the
been
Muslims, yeah.
so there's been a major protest in Birmingham, and I don't remember the name of the other cities, about the movie that is depicting a Shia narrative, and they're freaking out about it.
Is that
So
right?
what I believe is this:
I mean,
that they have the right to protest, they have the right to complain, but they don't have the right to make violent or death threats. And the fact that Cineworld has capitulated and caved in to the demands of these people is blatantly ridiculous.
Well, just so Sikhs did the same. Sikhs did the exact same thing. There was a film about the first guru, and Sikhs were picketing their actual Cineworld actually in Feltham, and they took it down as well. And I think
and that was quite
it got
ridiculous.
re-edited. It got re-edited the film, and it eventually got released. Something. Yeah.
I mean, I actually
They
think fair
did.
play to them.
They took it down.
Well, it got edited, right? The movie was kind of like redone. It weren't.
Wow,
it wasn't really about theological stuff. It's about kind of like we've got the same belief as Muslims. Like you can't really show like they don't show the prophet in movies, and ours is the same thing. You don't really depict the guru as a person, if you know what I mean. Have you seen that movie, The Message, or The Messenger, or something? You don't see Prophet Muhammad, do you? It's the same in the Sikh movies. You don't really see the guru. It's the same thing, same kind of thinking.
Yeah, I saw one where he's like a pillar of light.
So they haven't
like,
used an image of Muhammad. What they've done is they've used the graphics.
No, yeah.
This movie's about theological stuff, isn't it? Because it's just, you're saying I don't know about it, the movie, but
I know, but you just want to talk over everybody else.
All right, you can talk. Go on. I'll allow you to talk.
Yeah, so you've got the two cinema chains, Jen. You've got Vue and you've got Cineworld. And Cineworld has actually capitulated and they've withdrawn any of the viewings. Whereas the Vue, I don't know how they say it, they've still got it going. So that they haven't capitulated completely. But the thing is, this is a slippery slope. And I know that intermittently we have had, I think, The Life of Brian. We've had The Clockwork Orange. We've also had other films before that. We have intermittently had the odd film in our history where this has happened before. But never before have we had someone say it's because of violence that they've closed the viewing. And the manager actually came out and said the reason that he's not going to show the film is because he fears for the safety of his staff. That is
where was the police though? Like, why was no police called? Like, if that was our people, like, don't get me wrong, I actually fucking think fair play to the Muslims for, in an essence, for getting together. And if they don't want this film showing, at least they've protested. And that's something we should be doing against the mass invasion of our nation. That's what we should be doing. But however, if that was us doing what they've done, we'd have fucking right police down there in no time, hitting us with batons and portraying us as violent.
Do you live in a heavily immigrant area then, Chris?
Not now. I'm from Birmingham, obviously.
Sorry,
so
Birmingham's a shit generally, though, isn't it? Birmingham's.
I think that actually, Chris, that it's actually a tremendous home goal because what's happened is people that would not normally have known of this film have now heard of it. Okay. And there are some people now saying that they're going to boycott Cineworld because of what they've done.
Yeah.
But more than that, you know, not only has it made the Shia director of the film more pivotal and more upfront, you know, he's been on all the news outlets, he's been speaking about his beliefs. So it's pushed it right into the forefront. And inadvertently, they've actually opened up the whole debate between, the sentimentalities of Sunni versus Shia coming to our shores and still having this argument here, and the fact of that it's in a funny kind of way, it's a good thing because it's another Muslim group that are actually saying, well, what about free speech? What about our free speech? We should be allowed to talk about our religion. Isn't our religion equal to their religion? So it's kind of, it is on many levels, opened up a much bigger debate, pushed it further into the limelight and actually put it into the mainstream. So in a way, it's a good thing. Yeah.
I think a lot of people wouldn't have known about it if it weren't for the debate. I think you're right. Inadvertently, they've given it more publicity.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I done a video the other day, actually. I said, like, we should start protesting at the Home Office over, what's going on at Dover. And people's like, yeah, well, we're going to have police. We're going to be hit with batons. But that's good propaganda for us. If I'm there being hit with a baton, then I've got a good video there. So I'm sure someone will film me being hit with a baton for doing fuck all but protesting against the Home Office. But that's a good video. That's good propaganda video. So I can then show, look, this is what happens when the white Englishman protests against something we don't like. Look what happens when the Muslim protests against something they don't like. It's not even in their own nation. So,
do you think you could organise a protest then? That might be good publicity.
Well, I am in the middle of in talks with like Active Patriot and Steve Laws about doing something like this.
Do you need any extras or crisis actors?
Yeah, yeah, might as well. Yeah,
I can arrange that.
I wouldn't get involved with all that. The patriotic alternative are too dodgy, and so are.
No, I won't get involved with them. Obviously, I'm a big, I'm a big advocate for calling them out. So,
but was a little veteran only down there last week, and Steve Laws weren't they involved in holding a banner for PA only at Dover last weekend or something?
But I'll go there.
And this is the problem, Chris, because when they start affiliating themselves with what I would call, in layman's terms, Nazis, although that's sort of stretching it a bit, but it's a colloquial phrase we use for those kind of people. Once they start doing that with the likes of patriotic alternative, people are going to look at them dodgy. That's it.
True. I don't agree with. PA, like the PA went to Tommy Robinson demo, didn't they, and tried to unveil banners, and I'm thinking,
and what was that about? That again, that was.
I wouldn't mind PA going to these events, but just keep your fucking name out of it. Do your own demo. Yeah, we should be there for our girls that are being sexually raped in our country. We're there for the invasion over what's going on in Dover. Stop making it about yourself as your organisation.
But PA want to send me back to India. I think they want to give them 2K. That's what they want. They want children of immigrants to go back to their country of origin, and they want to give us 2K. I could spend 2K a weekend. Fucking mongs.
Yeah, no, it was actually
it would never happen, Bad Marsh. There's too many people in this country that don't want to see that kind of upheaval.
I ain't leaving Twickenham. I'll tell you that. I ain't leaving Twickenham. No, I ain't never leaving.
Sorry, can I just address this guy keep in the chat? Yeah, like Chris, have you done anything about balancing out the population by, I don't know, maybe reproducing? Yeah, how can I possibly physically compete with like Muslims? Yeah, that allow 4 boys. They have about 7 fucking kids per boy.
But most Muslims are not having more than one wife. Most Muslims don't have more than one wife. You can probably count them on one hand.
Well, all right, they have well, look at the birth rate. Yeah, the white English people are having the less. Yeah, and even then, there's no way we can compete with like Muslims or Indians or anything like this. Or Jamaican. Start fucking. Yeah. What percent was we? Like 1.1, and Muslims are about 4 over 4. Yeah.
Well, listen,
it's not possible. We shouldn't be competing in our own nation. We should not be competing.
Let's not have a fucking
nation. It's a simple.
But Chris, I often hear that.
The fact is, like if English.
Yeah, just quickly. I often hear like there's an approximate kind of time frame where white people will be like the minority. Do you know when that roughly is? I often hear different dates, like this being like a forecast. I don't think it's going to happen, but I hear obviously there's a prediction, but
But the fact is, we are a minority in Birmingham, Bradford, Leicester, Slough, Luton, Coventry, Blackburn, Bradford. Those are just off the top. We're already a minority, yeah. So it's already done and dusted in those cities and towns.
Yeah, but this is why
is that from the census? Is that from the census? You get that info.
Yeah, this is already proven. This is factual.
Where'd you get the data from?
Factual.
Where'd you get the data from?
Government. Yeah, that's government censuses. Yeah. And you don't even need census. You just go to those cities and towns, and you'll see that whites are clearly.
Yeah, but this is why I
find.
Can you stop doing that, Bad Marsh?
He's asked me. He's speaking to me. He wants me to do a head count. He reckons that I should do a head count in Birmingham. I should go around counting heads. Yeah.
Right, okay, go on then. Start.
Probably not a good idea, mate. Probably data's better.
Yeah, go on then. Start. It starts at 1. Go and sit in the corner. Yeah, and do it.
Listen, you're the one that's interjecting. You're interjecting. But I'll allow you. I'm sure you've got something.
No, it's okay. You talk.
All right, kiddies. Let's try to go one at a time here. Yeah.
No, but listen. I said to him, "Have you got data?" He said, "No. Go and do a head count."
He said the government have got.
I didn't say no. I have got a data. We have got data. Obviously, I haven't got it to hand, but you can go and just check it out. The censuses.
But your points are flippant, Matt Marsh. There's no substance to your points. They're just flippant and they're just trolling. I actually have
no, they're not. You're just asserting that. You're asserting that. You're making assertions.
No,
I'm asking genuine questions.
Okay, go on.
You don't know what my motives are. You don't know what my motives are.
Then go on, ask a decent.
I've asked him. Have you got data? He said, yeah, from the government.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Right. Are you quite satisfied?
Yeah, you can look it up. But, yeah, we're minority.
Yeah, no.
Right, so this is what I find ironic, right, with the ethno-nationalists. You complain that Birmingham, Luton, I can't remember the other places that you mentioned, but you said they're top with immigration, right? And I've got to admit, I wouldn't want to go and live in one of those places because if all the shops are immersed in a culture that's not mine, why would I want to live there, right? But the fact of the matter is this: that isn't that what ethno-nationalists want, though? They want areas that are all for one type, one culture, and then another area for another culture. Don't they talk about segregation and division?
Yeah,
isn't that what they're actually want?
Yeah, but he wants it on a national scale, not in a geographical area.
I don't want a mini Jamaica, a mini China, or a mini Pakistan in England. I want that. I do want that for themselves. Yeah, like I spoke to a Pakistani geezer earlier actually, and he was disgusted. You know, like he came in my chat. I actually don't know off the top of my head. He's in Brit Talk, like on my Telegram. Yeah, and I told him like, imagine if the English just started like going into Pakistan and we just took over. Like, our culture was taken over.
It's called the Raj. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, they did do it.
I think it happened. I'm not sure. I might have just made that up. I might have just made that up. I don't know.
I don't agree with any information.
Especially India, dude. Like you guys colonized the shit out of India.
I mean, it did actually happen. Yeah, imagine if that happened.
I went to India.
Also, when it happened, Pakistan was India when they did that. So, yeah.
I actually been to India, and a lot of them actually told me. A lot of Indians actually told me when I went to India, "Can you come and colonize us again? It's a much better country." And that's no word of a lie, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with us demographic replacement.
Sorry, Indians who live in India. Indians who live in India. Indians who live in India want to be colonized again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You see, this is where I don't understand.
I don't agree with that though. I don't agree.
Okay,
go on. Sorry.
This is where I don't kind of understand Chris's mindset because, as somebody that's got mixed race children, right? I don't understand how, and Jen has too. She's here. She has as well. I don't understand how.
Yeah.
You find that a problem. For me, all my children, right? I've got 8 children. All of my children are exactly the same. Been brought up with the same culture. Been raised with the same sort of governance in this country. They're all essentially English to me. The shade of their skin is not relevant, and I don't understand why people are so concerned about it. Because if everybody naturally, because I believe in freedom of choice, if everybody naturally, and it's not likely to happen anyway, but if everybody naturally chose to marry out of their race to have their children, if they're people that were born here, somebody like me who is English, and I've got the DNA data to prove it and everything else, The children have still got a blood connection to the soil. Just because their skin colour's a different colour, it doesn't mean they're fucking aliens. They're still immersed in the culture. They're still being
I don't
brought
think
up
they're
in the culture. And
But what other culture would they know if they're born here? What other
I
culture
don't
would
think
they
they're
know?
alien. I just think they have a lot of them. Like, I mean, I obviously being from Birmingham, a lot of my best friends and good friends are mixed race, and they do have an identity problem. You know, maybe yours don't. Maybe it's different with yours, but like a lot
I
of my
think
friends,
the only
I mean,
identity problem they get is from people like you and black nationalists who try to tell them that they don't fit in. When actually you are the fringe, and so are black nationalists. Extremists are the fringe in this country. They're probably, if you were to go percentage-wise, they're less than mixed race people. Yet they have the audacity to tell mixed race people that they're the people that don't fit in.
Yeah, I don't get that identity crisis thing. Like, how did these people express to you that they had an identity, or what, or did they tell you they were having like an internal crisis because of their mixed heritage, or like is that what people project on them? Because
you're making an assertion there, Chris. Like,
I feel like a lot of people project this on mixed race people.
Yeah, I agree, Jem.
And it's not valid.
I'm not saying everyone.
See, if you knew somebody that was so for you, let me ask you this, Chris, right? I think you said that if you go back far enough in your ethnic tree, you've got German blood, yeah? You don't have a problem in your mindset knowing that you've got German blood in your veins, but you're living in England and that you're English. So why should mixed race children have a problem knowing that they've got other ethnic blood in their veins, but they're essentially English being brought up in England? What makes you think it's so different?
I don't think it's different. I just don't agree with, like, I want so obviously it's up to you. That's your own life, yeah. I want my child to look like me, yeah. If I have a child, I want it to look like me. I don't want it to be another
mixed
colour.
race kids do look like their parents. It's only ignorant people that don't realise it.
Yeah, you still have same features, isn't it? You'll have some of your misses.
I could tell my kids apart from any other mixed race kid, and I'm sure Jen could.
They'll still have the features of their parents, mate. I think that's how it works. Yeah, they're not going to suddenly have the postman's features.
Yeah, like my oldest.
If every black person and white person, yeah, if every black person and white person had a child together, yeah, then the black race will die, yeah. The white race will die. I'm not for ethnically cleansing.
No, that would if everybody did it, but the statistics show
it would happen if everyone did it.
Yeah, but the statistics,
it's small. Yeah,
show you that the majority of white people marry white people, and the majority of black people marry black people.
Yeah, but nothing's going to die out. You just look different. No one's going to get.
And you can't tell.
Ain't going to be a great flood. There ain't going to be like a great flood. There ain't going to be a flood story where everyone fucking disappears. You might just look different. You might just look different. The amount of people are still. Oh, mate, sorry, that was a big mistake.
We have a look at the statistics. We was like 95% white English in 1991, and now we're around 78%. So yeah, and obviously predicted, as we talked about before. I went on my tangent about what's
all relative, because if you grow up in a little white town and you don't move out of that town and you live there all your life, you're never going to see that reality anyway. Those figures are relative depending on your lifestyle.
It's happening. Well, what we lost, like in 30 years, we're already like 17-18% down. So as obviously a Professor David Coleman,
but we're still in the majority. David Coleman's a nutcase.
We are, yeah.
Is he the guy who does the mustard? Does he make the mustard as well?
No, it's the professor. It's the university professor that has put out this projection.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But you see what
he said 26 Bob.
But you see, he didn't factor in COVID, by the way, so he doesn't know how the deaths have affected the English. He didn't factor in that whether black people died more or white people, because he didn't foresee COVID. So there's and that's only one nuance. On top of that, he didn't foresee the baby boom that happened during COVID, where a lot of people had children. So he didn't foresee that. And
a mass invasion from
and he hasn't factored in that mixed race children, you can't guarantee whether they're going to go on to marry blacks or whites. He hasn't factored that in. So
Exactly.
that's nonsensical to me. And
The
like I
predictions are
said,
nonsense.
you're trying to conflate two issues here, because the mixed race have always chugged over roughly around 2 to 3%. They've always chugged over at that rate. They've never really increased it much more than that,
their
right?
child is not going to be mixed. Their child's
Right?
going to be white. They're already
The
mixed race, so
demographics that are coming in are whole families. They're not
they're not
mixed
gonna be
race. They're pure race. Hold on. The demographics that are coming in and changing the demographics statistically in this country are whole families that are all one race. It's nothing to do with the mixed race. And this is why I get the hump with the you people that keep conflating the two issues.
I'm not saying it's down to mixed race. I'm not saying it's all down to mixed race. We're being invaded by by largely Islamic people out there. So that is a massive problem. I'm not.
No,
and again, I got nothing against Islam. You know what I mean?
Hold on. The biggest influx was from Eastern Europe. Chris, the recent influx was from Eastern Europe.
No, the biggest influx is not from Eastern Europe at all. It's from Islamic nations.
Poland.
Where are you getting this Eastern Europe from? Like
Poland and Eastern Europe.
Maybe Ukraine. You might have an argument with Ukraine recently.
When they joined the EU, loads of them come over.
From Islamic nations.
I think that happened.
You guys,
Yeah, but is your argument
one at a time,
skin colour? Because there are white Muslims. Are your arguments based on ideals or skin colour? Because
the super majority is not white, are they?
When you do you think you'll ever
super majority
Islam? Do you think you'll ever consider Islam?
No, of course not. No, I respect Islam, but it deserves to be in Islamic nations. You know, they've got Qatar, Saudi Arabia, all those nations. They don't belong in England.
So you think there should be like Muslim-only countries?
Yeah, and Christian. I mean, I'm not even a Christian, but I would convert to Christian if it was guaranteed that this would be.
What about the Scientologists? What country are they going to have? What about the Scientologists? If we're going to be fair about this, what country are the Scientologists going to have?
You'd be a fake Christian.
No, seriously. He wants to divvy the countries up into religions. Which country will the Scientologists have, mate?
No, I don't care about the Scientologists. What? I don't care about them. Yeah, I believe Europe should be white. Yeah, super majority white. Yeah, England should be super majority white English. Yeah, that's what it should be separated into.
But it is majority.
Yeah,
it is majority.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but what I'm saying, I'm raising awareness now because it's not going to be a majority unless we do something about it. But
Chris, don't you agree that as long as it's not by rape? Yeah, but as long as it's not by rape, which would be disgusting, right? As long as it's by free choice, then nobody should really be complaining because they're choosing that as their preference.
Okay, so I've always used this one. I like when I travel the world. Yeah, I've traveled the world. I've traveled to 19 countries.
You done this last time.
So like probably the furthest I've been is Malaysia. Yeah.
You done this last time.
Oh yeah. It's one I like to use when I go to Malaysia. Yeah, I want to meet the Malaysian people, see their identity, see their culture. Yeah, I do not want to go to Malaysia to witness English culture. So that's the way I put it. I want to travel the world to see their culture, their identity. So,
but what makes you think skin color? What makes you think skin color is connected to culture?
Yeah, so it's culture.
I'm brown, and all I know is British culture. That's all I know. I don't
see
know
if you say it's culture that's
I'm totally brown. I'm brown all over.
Where you're coming from, but when you say skin color, I don't get it.
It's a bit strange, mate. Not gonna lie, it's a bit weird. You're a bit weird.
Okay,
but you're not alone in being weird, like.
So what do you feel?
What I'm saying is, Chris, sorry, just a quick point, Chris. All your cultural references growing up are the same as mine. Whatever shite you were watching on a Saturday night on TV as a kid, guess what? I was watching that shite as well. All of our cultural references.
What was you watching?
Pardon? That's beside the point, geez.
What are you again? Are you?
I'm brown. I'm brown all over. Head to toe, I'm brown. Parents from India. But I was born here. So the only culture I know is this culture. That's just the truth of it, mate.
So would you call yourself English?
I don't know, but I don't know about.
So would you say you're English? Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't need all those labels. I just know that all I know is British.
What do you mean? Like you're in England, you're born in England. Would you not say
you choose the label? You choose the label. You choose the label. I'm easy with all
it's
that.
not a label, isn't it? English is an ethnicity. Are you ethnically English?
Well, you're calling German people English, isn't it? You're calling people from Normandy English. You're calling people from Normandy English. You're
like my DNA.
You're a little bit strange, Geese.
Mate, why don't you answer a basic question? Are you ethnically English? Yes or no?
Of course I'm not.
Is as ethnically
my parents
English
are from
as
India.
you are.
My parents are from India, isn't it? My parents are from India.
So you're not ethnically English, but you're living in England.
Yeah, but neither are you.
English,
yeah, I was born here, isn't it? I was born here. I'm saying about the point I'm making is about culture. Right? You've got to try and stay on board. You've got to try and the convo we're having is about culture, and I'm trying to tell you that our cultures are the same because I only know British culture. Do you know what I mean? I've been to more places in Italy than India. I've been to Mauritius more times than India.
So what does that matter? What's your ethnic roots?
Oh my God, you know
Well,
them.
what-
You know
what-
them,
what
innit?
do you-
India.
what do
India's
you
my
do
ethnic roots. India's
Hold
my
on.
ethnic roots.
Bad Marsh, I want to ask him a question. So,
Oh,
Chris,
good
what
luck.
do you do that's German? Because you've got German blood in
Probably
you,
drink beer,
but you
actually, yeah.
believe you're English. Hold on, you've got German blood in you, but you believe that you're English, but you believe that that's important.
Hold on. Do you eat sauerkraut?
Yeah, you believe that if you've got foreign blood in you, then you act like that foreigner. So what do you
fermented
do?
cabbage. Fermented cabbage. Do you eat sauerkraut?
No.
No, because you only know British culture.
Sauerkraut is gross.
The penny's gonna drop soon, Chris. The penny's gonna drop. You're gonna get it soon.
It's not gonna. Well, because I want to remain a
hard
majority
for me.
nation. Yeah.
Can y'all hear
Like
me?
everyone cries about, oh my God, like everyone cries around the world. Oh, look at Palestine, they've been invaded. Look at all these other nations about being demographic replaced. It's happening to my nation. Yeah, when I talk about
don't
it,
cry
no,
about
we're all
it.
the same people. Bullshit, man. Bullshit. No, I'm not saying you guys, but there is a consensus upon. In a lot of our population, they're always moaning about other nations being invaded, and they're always like, "Well, the English done this 1,000 years ago, didn't they? So you deserve what's coming to you." It's bullshit.
Well, Chris, I'm gonna love you.
I don't agree with what we done.
I do
Chris, I'm
agree
gonna
with
love
that
you and leave
statement.
you.
They do
See you
wander
later,
around
Jake.
saying that a
See you
lot,
later,
right?
everyone. Chris, get well soon, mate. Yeah, take care. Have a good one. Yeah, take care, man.
Can y'all hear me? Yo.
Yeah, now we can. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, like, there's things about the nationalist like ideology that I can understand. Like when you say, you know, I wouldn't want to go to Italy and see it like all Chinese people. You know what I'm saying? Like in the European nations, I do think have a right to retain their culture, and because I think that's important, right? But it doesn't work for America. we can't really say that, you know, because I feel like an American, if you're a true ethno-nationalist, like you would move back to Europe, help your people where you came from, because this isn't like our country, you know?
Yeah, and it doesn't work in Australia either. I once had an Australian man that came in and told me that he was angry with me because I had mixed race children, and that actually he was ethnically closer to me than my children, which is bollocks, obviously, because they actually carry 50% of my DNA, and I'm sure he doesn't. And that he had more right to emigrate back to this country, even though he had no desire to do so, than my children that were born here. And that's when I start to think, listen, you lot that want to go by ethnicity, you're fucked. You're fucked in the head. Because we can't overrule birthright.
Well, I think
we can't. But what I will say is this.
No, it's a little bit more complicated for you. Got it.
Yeah. But what I will say is this. I do get when there are people that have an ethnic background who are disloyal to this country. This is where I would agree with you, Chris, right? There are people in this country that have ethnic backgrounds that do not carry the responsibilities of being a British citizen. They like all the rights, but they don't want to have any responsibilities to their British counterparts. And I think that it's that people need to hone in on. And I also think that our culture should be upheld more.
True.
I think that should be upheld more. But I think
It should, yeah.
putting it all on the colour of someone's skin is just pointless, to be fair. It doesn't really matter. And if I'm honest, I'm not saying this to be really nasty, but I've seen enough white knobheads just as much as I have any other race on these channels.
Yeah, there is.
That are just an embarrassment as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, of course, mate. The most abuse I've got, to be fair, the most abuse I've got is probably, and the most doxing has come from nationalists, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. So sometimes I do get fed up and think, what the fuck is the point? You know, I'm trying to save my people. The most I've been attacked by is actually my own people. And that's the God honest truth, to be fair. But still, you know, I have a duty to care for my people. And like, you know, when, as I said earlier, like with the Muslims, with the cinema, and I admire them. I thought, you know, I don't agree with them bowing down to pressure and why wasn't no police? We can ask these questions. But I was like, you know what? Fair fucking play.
Yeah, but here's the strange nuance.
They went down there with a bit of unity and they stuck
but
together.
Here's the strange
we
nuance.
don't get that in our nation.
Yeah, but here's the strange nuance. Muslims don't keep themselves ethnically pure.
No.
It's mindset.
But the super majority of them. The super majority.
No, it's mindset. They don't care if they marry out into other races, as long as they're Muslim. It's mindset.
Yeah, yeah.
So even if you was to push, because I've seen the extremists come out with, oh yeah, and we should unite with the Muslims because you know they want pure Islam and we should uphold that and we should follow their tenets. Ralph Massalamani quotes.
Well, there's a lot of nationalists that they want to side with Muslims because they hate Jews.
If you were to do that, you have to agree to race mix.
Yeah, no, that's not. I don't think they want to like team up with them in terms of let's get together and have babies with it. They just like they have that common goal of like not all of them. I'm not saying every Muslim and every English national or every ethno nationalist. They want that common goal of let's blame it all on the fucking Jews. I'm sick of that. Yeah, I've done a video on that recently.
They're anti-liberal.
Blaming on the Jews.
They only like the Muslims.
I'm just sick of everything.
They're authoritarian. You know, like they have an authoritarian ideology which appeals to fascists and you know people like that want that authoritarian government. And it's anti-liberal, and that's what you know. I think that the right they do have that common goal with them.
Yeah. I don't want a dictatorship. I know that much. I don't want communism, but I don't want dictatorship either. And it seems to me that the extreme left and the extreme right want either or of those things.
Yeah.
You know? And we can all say that democracy don't work. Well, maybe we need to change the actual democracy. Maybe we need to, I don't know, put in procedures so that situations that happened with who is it? Mrs. Sudbury doesn't happen again, you know. That if her constituency wants Brexit, she's not allowed to go and vote, you know, to remain. She should leave. I'm just giving it an example. You shouldn't be able to vote against your constituents. You should be a representative of them. That's what I think. So maybe there should be procedures in where you could actually lose your position if you don't actually represent the people on what they've asked you to represent them for. Because that's all they're meant to be. They're meant to be your spokespeople. They're not meant to be there to dictate.
Yeah, that even needs to happen over here. A lot of our local people don't have that. They don't care about anything that we say. I don't know.
But basically,
can I ask you a question? What?
Yeah, go on.
Go on. Sorry. I was just going to ask you a question. Do you not see like the there is like a bias against white people. I do think this is still a white nation, but you're not seeing the
If you
anti-white
ask me that
media
question,
being-
yes, I do see. I do see propaganda against whites, yeah, and I call it out all the time, and I get hated for it big time. But
Okay.
but I would call that anti-white. I would say it's anti-white racism, and there's also racism in this country to other demographics. So I don't like this agenda that got pushed 3 years ago, saying that there's no such thing as racism, because actually there is racism. White people can suffer it as well, and even though this is one of the best countries in the world for race relations, it could improve. And for some reason, we've got an established government that is using race to divide and conquer. And the sooner people wake up to that, the better. And unfortunately, Chris, I think you play into that. I would like to see a world where we are all safe. That's what I would like.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Over the
I want everyone to be safe. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I just think like with the amount of immigration we're flooding into our nations, you know, it's changing England. It's changing from what we are. Do you know what I mean? Every one of us has had grandparents and said like England's not what it used to be, and it's not what it's used to be. It's because of mass immigration. We're changing our towns and cities into. And I'm not trying to be racist here. I'm just saying it's turning into little mini Pakistans and Chinas and Jamaican areas, and that's what's changing. Like, we're mixing
but that's
all
a natural occurrence. Because
I'm not trying to belittle them. Do you know what I mean? I want them to also have a safe life, and there's criminals in all ethnicities and races. But when you're flooding these many people in such a short amount of time, you're changing the whole nation.
Well,
And
yes,
that's
where I would agree with you that illegal immigration should stop and we should get tough on it. I do agree with that 100% because we don't know who we're letting in. We're not safe. We can't guarantee the numbers. And if we don't know the numbers that are living in the country, then you become just as unorganized as a third world country because you can't project the funds that you're going to need in the future to solve the problems. For example, if we've got constant people coming in, we're never going to know how many houses we're going to have to build. We don't know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
We don't know when we can say, right, we prioritize that for 5 years. That'd be a problem solved. We can move on to this area or hospitals or move on to schooling or education, or we can't have any kind of contingency plan.
Can I ask
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I was going to ask a question. What sort of immigrants would you like into the country? What would you allow into the country?
Oh God! So for me, I don't mind anybody coming here who's actually gone on an authorised list. They've had the identity checked for a start. Now, does that mean that we have to find a way of making it easier for people to apply abroad? Because it is hard, and in a lot of countries, you will have people that are very well educated that still find it hard to get into the UK legitimately, because it's hard for them to get legitimate paperwork to confirm who they are in their own country because their systems are so corrupt and haywire. So, but yeah, I want people that we know who they are, their ID. That they can do a lot of this stuff we've already got in the proper system that are people that we actually need. And I know that sounds very
but also yeah, well that's what I wanted to pick up on, because I feel like there's a lot of people that we pinch and steal from other nations. It's like, oh well, they're quality nurses or doctors, for example. I'm not saying you said that, by the way, but we're taking that quality away from that nation. So I also think, you know, can we not look at ourselves and think, you know what, that's bad on their nation. I'm not saying you, by the way, you've not said this, by the way, so I'm just going to make a point. You've not said this, but if we've taken the best doctors and nurses from, like, say, the Philippines, which we have done in mass numbers, you know, their kids are dying out there. They need those nurses and doctors, and we're pinching them for our needs, and we're paying them cheap labour to come over to our nation.
Freedom of choice,
so it's like,
don't you?
when people say I'm a racist, I think you're not you, but I think they're racist for taking out the best
Yeah, but
people from
Chris,
their nation.
I believe in freedom of choice, don't you? So if somebody grows
Yeah,
up,
of course they want to come here. They're going to earn more.
yeah, exactly.
I'd rather be a hero
Somebody
for my
grows up
nation.
in this
I'd rather be
country
a hero
and chooses to emigrate to America, Canada, Australia, Africa. I don't begrudge them that choice. And so I wouldn't begrudge anybody else, as long as they're coming in through the legal route, emigrating here. And as long as they've got a job to come to, and we know that they've already sorted out their housing, Australia make us jump through hoops to do that. And we should be exactly the same. But that doesn't mean that we have to take unfettered immigration. And I don't agree with our government. We should be having the illegals. I don't agree with that. But
I think we should be doing more to our own people. We've got loads of lazy bastards.
Yeah, I could even go
for more.
I could even at a stretch agree to, okay, let's shut the system down for 5 years with immigration, while we get everything sorted out again and readjust everything, and then start again and make sure we work our way through properly. I could even go for that. But to say not to have any immigrants, no, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. There's always going to be people that fall in love, like myself, or there's always going to be people that, and people can be as snidey with their comments as much as they like. But I've got a 20-year successful marriage, you know. There's always going to be people that are gonna want to come to this country and contribute. For every immigrant that I see online being spiteful and nasty and racist, and encouraged to be so through the authorized channels, which are Black Lives Matter and all the other stuff that our government seems to be pumping out and pushing. In the real world, I see a lot of ordinary people of colour that just want to be the same as us. Be friendly with their neighbours, bring their kids up, go to school, get on with everybody. You know, I don't think it's colour, I think it's mindset. And mindsets can be changed. And that's what we need to be working on. And I think that's what the problem is. Nobody wants to actually tell the truth and say, look, we don't like it when we see people fucking washing their feet and their hands in a fucking park fountain. We don't like it. We don't like it when we see when we hear the minarets screaming out. We know that you've got your religion. We're not going to stop you from having your religion, but you know, we're a country that used to church bells ringing. Minarets are what we hear in other countries, kind of thing. But if you say that, then you are branded racist. It's true.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. They play that over the loudspeaker in UK?
In some areas, they have actually proper call to prayer. Some areas.
No shit.
Yeah, so some areas. I lived in one area that did in Birmingham. Yeah.
Wow.
I've
never heard that ever. Like, I don't even know if that's a thing over here. Like, I don't know if people really be cool with that over here. Like, you've heard me on live streams before. There's church bells going Sunday all day. Like, you know, it's a thing. Like, I don't know, but
well, I often wonder, because I do hear people say in Muslim countries they're allowing churches to be built now after a long period of time. They've backtracked. They're trying to be a bit more in line with Westerners, and that they're allowing more Christian churches.
I'll be back in 5 minutes or 3-4 minutes. Sorry to interrupt there.
Yeah, that's okay.
Carry on.
But I think to myself, okay, but do they allow the bow bells to do them? Not bow bells. Do they allow the church bells to be ringing? Would they allow that if it's louder than the call of the minaret?
I don't think so. I don't think that's allowed. Like,
and this
is
where
play
double
that.
standard comes in. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. There's. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, over here, you know, we have this like freedom of religion, like you could come here and freely practice your religion. Like right around the block from me, I just saw it like a couple days ago. There's a Christian church, and then right across from it's a Hindu temple. And I guess they're like cool with each other. Like they'll hold functions together, they'll hold fundraisers together. So that I thought that was really cool, you know.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
that's
like,
how it's supposed to be, isn't it, Jen? In an ideal world, everyone's meant to be able to follow their own faith and then respect everybody else's faith.
yeah,
And it used to be like that for quite a while. But now we've got a situation where even amongst Muslims, with that film, like you was mentioning earlier, that there seems to be one group who think that they've got more rights than everybody else. And for some unknown reason, people are feeding into it. That's where it's gone wrong.
I don't know. I'm gonna say something probably controversial, but I'm kind of glad that the Shias made this film and that they got to kind of put out their story and express themselves publicly. Um, a lot of
Yeah.
times they don't get to do that without being
Yeah,
shut
but that's
down.
what
And
I'm talking about. It's the Sunnis that have seemed to have been given some kind of privilege in the UK.
Mhm.
Why? Why are we saying that their version of events is more than somebody else's version? It's wrong. Should be equal. You know? And at the end of the day, neither of those are the culture of this country. And so the main culture of this country should be held up more. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't want people to have a mosque to go to. It doesn't mean that I think that people can't be Islamic. But what it does mean is that they don't get privilege over the main dominant culture, which is Christian in this country. There used to be a saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And you will hear Muslims themselves, most moderate Muslims who are decent people, actually tell you, well, we have to abide by the law of the land. So if they have to abide by the law of the land, they should be doing so, respecting the free speech laws, the right to express yourself, not engaging in hate speech. And I know that hate speech is a delicate area because who defines it? But if you're going to threaten violence on people, I would say that's pretty much hate speech. Where's Jen gone and where's Chris gone?
I'm sorry, I'm here.
But that's what I think. And the thing is, it's hard, isn't it? Because when you express that, I even as I express it, I know that's only my opinion, but other people will actually get enraged that I've got that opinion. Instead of understanding that I have got no authority, I'm not going to be going around enforcing it. But that is what I would like, you know.
Exactly. Like at the end of the day, our opinion doesn't really hold no weight, but
Exactly.
the attachment to their views, like people are so attached to views, and I mean I'm attached to my own views in my own way, you know, and it's like a huge thing, like how far you're willing to take that. Like, you know, are you willing to harm people because of your views? Like, are you willing to cause harm? And that's where I feel like sometimes it's almost encouraged, you know, like it's I don't know, it shouldn't really be like that. It comes so
And that's why it's so wrong, I think, that Cineworld capitulated. Because they actually put out statements saying they feared for the safety of their staff. So what they're basically saying is that now...
Yeah, but where's the police?
Yeah.
Why was there no police? Why was there no police?
just wrong. It's all wrong.
That's what I'm saying. So there's a
there's a video
standard,
on.
you know.
Oh,
This
sorry.
is my nation. If that was us protesting against it, no, I'm just saying that if that was us there protesting against something, yeah, we'd have the riot police there straight away. We'd be all over the fucking news as far right, racist, white supremacists. But yeah, when it's them, it's
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if somebody made a movie mocking the Queen and showed her in a bad way, and British people protested, would they take down the movie? They'd be like, "No, it's free speech. It's freedom of expression." Like, I don't feel like they would really take anything down or consider it, or fear for their safety of their employees. You know, and that shows me like certain groups of people have the government by the scunions. You know, they have them feared. They fear them, and I don't. That's not good, because that means you know, like, you're losing control of your country. Like, there's videos on Twitter of Anjum Chowdhury out there protesting. He just got out of prison. Like, why is he even out? Why is he even allowed to? I thought he wasn't supposed to do any public speaking. Like, there's videos of sheikhs saying, "Kill the Shia, kill the Shia, dirty Shia kafir." All this in the UK in front of movie cinemas. It's like,
see, those people should be getting arrested. They might actually making threats of violence against another group of people. Yeah,
exactly. I watched an interview with the guy and the director of the movie with a woman reporter. I can't remember what station it was on, but it was the Sunni versus Shia debate over the movie, right? With the guy who made the movie, and he has video of the guy he was debating calling to kill calling to kill him. Like, what the fuck? And that shit is allowed? Like, that's what that's where I feel like shit doesn't. I don't know, but there was the BLM riot, so it is kind of allowed to go on over here too. Fuck, man.
Well, anything that's not voiced is allowed to go on. That's the whole point of what I'm also trying to say. Like, there's so much stuff that's going on. If it's not voiced, yeah, then you know they can protest, they can burn, they can riot, they can burn our flags and get away with it. But when it comes down to us, our people, then they come down on us like a ton of bricks. I mean, obviously I disagree with National Action, but man, they've been sentenced to like 8-9 years. Anjum Chowdhury, who actually called for violence and terrorism, gets like 5 years. Yeah, and then like white people. I don't agree with National Action, by the way. I absolutely condemn them. I don't like the Hitler simpling at all. But 8.5 fucking years, man. 8.5 years, man. That's a joke. And you got pedophile, dirty bastards. Sorry for my French. Getting like 2 years, some of them, or suspended sentences. Yeah, and a few people that might, like, I don't agree with them. Full stop. National Action. I do not care. I do not care about them. But 8.5 years is a joke sentence. Yeah, and I know the girlfriend of Ben Raymond, and she has to travel 600 miles round trip to go and see him. Yeah, with their kids. It's a joke, man. That's an absolute fucking joke.
yeah, but I think he got 8.5 because he was such a big sort of international organisation, weren't it?
No, well, he had Ben Raymond had like documents from years and years ago. Obviously, he was a bit of a Hitler simp. You know, I'm anti-Hitler. If you watch my channel, I am anti-Hitler. But you know, he just said a few words. He's never done anything wrong to people physically. Never called for any violence. He might have just had one document, and maybe one of his members have said something about that Joe Cox on a Twitter account. You know, obviously condemn that as well. But 8.5 years, man, like, it's bullshit. It's so bullshit the way our people. I don't even support Tommy Robinson. I don't know if you support him still, Jupiter, but the shit he has to go through as well. You know, I don't agree with the shit he has to go through.
So I don't believe that Tommy Robinson's right for everything that he said, but a good majority of what he said is correct. And I do believe that if I know there were people before Tommy that tried to get it into the mainstream, Unfortunately,
Yeah.
they didn't get it there. Tommy did, and people have to respect that. And and there has been a major cover up, and I don't think we should be taking our foot off the pedal when it comes to grooming gangs, because even though they're beginning to look into it now, a lot of it is lip service because it's still going on to this day. And it's not even just in grooming gangs now that are to do with Islam. You've also got the young girls that are being groomed into, and young men into country lines. You've got the sex trafficking that's going on. So they're all very similar things, but they're just different modus operandis. And Tommy is the one person that does seem to gain traction when he talks about it on that particular issue, and therefore people shouldn't stop knocking him for talking about it. Does he make money off the back of it? Well, yes, but but it's worth it if he actually gets it into the headlines each time. It is worth it.
Yeah, I mean that's also my issue. Like I call that PA. I'm like, you keep calling Tommy Robinson a grifter, but then when I call you out of a grifter, but Mark Collette needs to have money for it to raise his kids and have a family life because he can't get a job. Or right, and Tommy Robinson can. It's like if Tommy Robinson and Mark Collette went for the same job, and I'm not a Tommy Robinson fan here, but they would literally say, "Who the fuck are you?" to Mark Collette, and to Tommy Robinson, like, yeah. You're not coming here. So I still, you know, kind of respect Tommy to a degree. I don't like the pro-Zionism, and he done a video the other week, didn't he, saying like he would allow all the Saudi Arabian women into our nation to get away from what's going on in their nation. I don't agree with that at all. So, but I still respect that he has balls to stand up against what's going on in our nation. So, still some credit there, I must admit, but.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't agree with everything he says. I do think that that's ridiculous because A, it would never happen, and B, that was a little bit of a troll, really. That was just to put his two fingers up at the Nazis and his two fingers up at the Muslims that hate him. I mean, that's what that was about. That was just triggering people, weren't it? I mean, the fact of the matter is, for me, it's the numbers. So we wouldn't be able to take every Saudi Arabian woman into this country, even if we wanted to. So it's a silly statement to make. But what he's saying is on principle, on ideals. What he's saying is he's not against colour, and that it's the barbarity that's in the extreme religious interpretations that he doesn't like. That's basically all he's saying there.
Yeah, but that Saudi Arabia, if they want to treat their people like that, then that's their law.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I've often said this. This is why I'm one of the few people that says I don't hate Jewish people and I don't go along with any of the stuff that the FNAT say about Jews.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Israel's not my argument, you know.
I mean, like with the whole Israel question, I mean, obviously I was a little bit more against them. Now I don't blame everything on them because I also you have to look at yourselves like, okay, well, if it's all the Jewish faults, who let them in the first place? It's us, and they've been banned from 109 countries, and have been banned and keep getting let back in. Whose fault's that? Obviously, it's our own. So you have to look at yourselves. The only argument I would have, which is obviously not against all of them, is organisations like the ADL and British Board of Deputies that they're constantly pushing nationalism for Israel. But yeah, when it comes down to England and all Western nations, they're calling for mass migration. So I think they just look a bit hypocritical.
Well, that's the irony of the Ukraine war, isn't it? They're telling us that we're a part of a global nation and that we should have no borders, and that Ukraine's fighting for democracy and everything else, and we should all be on Ukraine's side. But hold on a minute, they're fighting to keep their borders. They're fighting to keep their country. No, you can't have it both ways. This is what they need to stop doing. When it comes to everybody else, they want them to have their cake and eat it. And when it comes to English people, no, you've got to stand in one frame or another. It don't work like that. The world is nuanced. People are nuanced. The world is much more complex and intricate than what people think. But the one thing that we can say is that only countries that had definitive borders and upheld their borders turned into big civilizations. That's number one. Number two, for security purposes alone, for pre-planning, you need to be aware of who's coming in, who's going out, and exactly how many there are. Otherwise, what's the point in anybody registering themselves at birth? If we're just going to have anybody staggering in here without documentation and we put them into the system, it just doesn't. It beggars belief, you know. And people can say, "Oh, it's selfish to say it," but my grandparents put into the system, my parents put into the system, my brothers and sisters put into the system. You know, my cousins, my nieces, my nephews, I've put into the system. My husband puts into the system. You know, my elder children put into the system. Not for the system to give out to everybody else, but to ensure that the next generations were going to be looked after first. And it's not happening. When you see, and I know that there are a group of homeless people that just are like nomadic. They don't want to live in a proper housing and they prefer living on the street. They prefer that way of life. I do know that there's a small proportion of homeless like that. But in the main, most of those people that are homeless, they deserve to have somewhere. They should have been given rooms, 5-star rooms, just as equally as the ones wandering in, and they're not getting them, are they?
Yeah, I think that's what's annoying a lot of British people, isn't it? It's just like, oh, we'll just close all these hotels. And, you know, when I used to do my show, we rang up a hotel, you know, obviously just to expose them. We were live, we had an audience. And it was like, okay, can we book a room in your hotel? I was like, no, we're closed, sir. We're closed. We're closed for a few months. And then you'd have a mate there and say, yeah, I'm round the corner with 5 children and my wife. We're stranded in your area, but you're the only hotel number we have. Can you not say, no, we're close, sir? And then we'd ring, another one of us would ring up and say, like, yeah, I can't remember the name now, like the company that deals with the people that come through Dover. Yeah, I can't remember the fucking name. And we rang. This was all live, so it's 3 calls, one after the other, and like just to prove the point. And it's like, look, I'm from so and so company. We've got 10 people come off the boats at Dover. You know, can you put them up? So yes, of course we can, sir. And then obviously I'd make that was me actually. I'd make a little bit of a joke of it. It's like, well, they want to feel a bit of a home. They want a bit of a chicken curry. Could you put them up for a bit of a chicken curry? It's like, oh, the chef's gone. I was like, all right, no worries, mate. And I made a little bit of a joke of it, obviously for the audience. It's like, all right, half a curly whirly and a packet of Love Hearts and a cheese sandwich would do, you know. And you know, these reached good numbers with that particular show, but it just goes to show you that, you know, obviously it was all bullshit, but we had our people in that area with a family dying out for need to be somewhere that night, and they're saying it's closed. But the moment someone rang up and said, like, 10 people just come over from France here.
People are stuck. British people, irregardless of colour, because I know that you think that we should just like do the indigenous first, but no. Are stuck in flats on 7th floors with, I don't know, numerous. So they might be in a 2-bedroom flat with 5 children on the 7th floor. Those kids are not likely to see a garden because now they're waiting 15 years on the housing list for a house. And the private rents are just going up and up and up because people are just filling them. People are working on the black market. They're coming in. They're working illegally. They're working for agencies illegally and taking all the private properties, you know.
Yeah, great, yeah.
And you've got people in council assisted, like council housing, that are working, not people that are just sponging, people that are working who can't afford to save for a mortgage. Because I was reading in the newspaper yesterday, they reckon the average family now has to have £75,000 deposit to get a decent home. That's ridiculous.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I don't know that many people that are going to be able to save that within 5 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the average salary over here isn't even that, I think.
You know, and then they go on the housing list hoping that, okay, I can wait for 5 years, you know, all right, my child might not be a toddler no more. They might be school age, but at least they get a garden to play in. Nope, 15. By the time your child's 15, they don't need a fucking garden. It's disgusting what they're doing. Yeah, whole families are coming in off the coast and they're getting ushered through the system. They say it doesn't happen, but it does. They get put up in these places initially, then they get authorized as a British citizen, and then they're given the rights, and they get because they're homeless, they will jump the queue and they will get given a house with a garden and adequate facilities. Admittedly, between the time they came and the time that it took to authorize themselves was probably about 5 years, but it's quicker than the 15 years.
Yeah, the queue should be a queue, right? Like it should be what it is. Like you jump your place, you have your spot, and people need to fall in back of that. Like that's just terrible. I don't know.
See, I don't believe in communism, but I do think on certain things there should be caps on things. I really do. It's like all the dentists we've got now. They train up through the NHS. They do it for a little while. Then they go private. More money for them.
Oh yeah, that's all they're interested in. It's all money, 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 money.
Yeah. And I do think at some point they should cap it. It should be capped.
It's not going to be capped. No,
Yeah.
that's why we've got to the point where capitalism is the main problem. Capitalism and liberalism is the main problem to our people, rather than just blaming all on the Jews and all the Muslims.
It's
Yeah,
greed.
capitalism.
It's absolute greed.
Yeah.
And they're all doing it. And then what happens is that the people at the bottom end of the chain that can't afford, you know, private medicine and everything else, unless they do it through insurance, are getting the shit end of the stick. They can't get to see dentists. They can't, you know, they can't get the hip operations they need or the heart operations. Then we had COVID that locked everything down. And I seriously believe that was just about saving the NHS. I do not believe all this bullshit about COVID.
No, I don't know. Are you vaccinated, Jupiter?
I'm not going to lie, I took the first one.
I took one. I took the first. Well, at least it's just the first one.
Yeah, no, I took the first one because to begin with, I weighed it all up, and I was umming and ahhing for a really long time, and then I was like, no, I'm going to take it. Most people I know have took it, and you know, maybe it is just a conspiracy and everything else. And they said that there was 95%; it would cover you 95%. And the literal day that I took it, it was on the news. Oh, everyone's going to have a second one, and I was like, shit. I wish I hadn't have took it. I really. As soon as I heard that, I knew I'd done the wrong thing, and I knew I weren't having another one. And
how did you feel? How did you feel? Did you have any problems anyway?
None. No, none. I'm not going to lie, none.
Yeah. It was probably all right.
There are people on like 3-4 boosters now, right? I haven't taken any yet. I'm a little skeptical, and I would want to wait until they at least perfect it to even consider taking it, because it's just trial now. Like, what vaccine? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem right.
The funny thing is this, Jen. All my relatives and the ones that have actually had COVID, they're all the ones that have had 2, 3, and 4 injections.
Yes,
the ones that haven't had the injection, and myself and my husband who only had 1 injection, we've not had it. And we live in London, and by the time it hits the news that there's a new epidemic, it's already swept past us anyway. It's already moving up northwards, because for some reason it was coming from south up north. I don't know if you noticed that pattern quite often. And I think that was to do with the immigration as well, the illegal immigrants. But that's only my personal theory. But it seemed kind of weird that a lot of it was starting down in those sort of like areas and then it'd sweep upwards.
Yeah, when I see vaccinated people still getting it, it's like, I wouldn't, I don't know. And
No,
I'm just,
I was at work the other day and I'm literally like, oh, like we're talking about the fourth booster. Have you got your fourth booster yet, John? We'll just use that as an example. Yeah, I'm like, mate, I haven't even told him. I was like, you know what? I can't even say it. I don't even have the balls to say, look, guys, you're talking about your fourth boosters. I'm not even at the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just come on to make a quick point here about COVID. Yeah, it weren't illegal. It was legal, very legal, and they were coming from China. The flights, no one stopped them. Very legal. There was no checks at Heathrow up until April, and we knew about it in November. Yeah, before the first lockdown, there was no. It was just legal flights from China, no checks, and obviously Heathrow's in London, isn't it? So you're right. Yeah, definitely legal. Bojo thought best. Bojo knows best. How spastic leader knows best. Yeah, so definitely it was legal immigration.
yeah, we kind of dropped the ball on that too, but we did stop the flights. At least we did that, but at that point it was too late. I don't know. It's all weird.
We're a little island in England.
Our government cares about business, not your health.
Yeah, it's all
Your health is not important to the government.
Well, health is a business here, so I don't know which one is worse.
Well, clearly international travel was more important, right? The Department for Transport thought, let's not do this. Let's not cancel them, right? The DFT, the government agency.
Yeah, I don't think there's any excuse for Britain to have it, man. Like at the moment, this was such a worldwide issue with COVID. We should just stop flights for we're a little island. We could have prevented it from coming.
There was an African country, I forget which one. I think Ghana. Yeah, they cancelled all flights in because they were honest about their infrastructure to their people. They're like, we couldn't handle this.
Yeah.
There was an outbreak, right? So they closed every flight coming in. What did we do? Come on in, Chinese flights.
Yeah.
Come on in. We won't be checking you. I'll tell you what there was, yeah? I've got friends who work at Heathrow. I'll tell you what there was. There was a phone call, right? There was a phone set up on a desk, yeah? As you land off the jet bridge, yeah, and you walk through towards immigration, yeah? There was a phone, and it was up to the passengers to use it or not, to call a line if they've got any symptoms. So it weren't mandatory, nothing. No one was checking temperatures, nothing. Just come on in. Perfectly legal, by the way.
Crazy. Well, yeah, guys, I don't know. I think probably just gonna shut it down. I just got back home and I put the laundry away and carry that upstairs and do all that good stuff. Then help my mom fix this board on the side of the house.
Oh, cool, yeah. I just said you want to speak to Raj. Raj is all right, isn't it? Got shoved about.
Yeah, I don't know what's up if he's back. I'm sure he's gonna go live tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
I hope he does.
I know. That's crazy. Ugh. I don't know. It's just I'm kind of weirded out that I said that earlier. Then literally, that's nuts. Like
those kids as well are definitely not there to debate either. They're just there to fuck around.
Yeah, they're the bully.
I mean, they're like they're kids, isn't it? They were probably in their early teens. Yeah, madness.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
No. Yeah, look, someone's just written that Justin Bieber's been paralysed. Fuck me, I'm more concerned about Justin Bieber than Raj.
No way, really?
Yeah. Not big. There's a lot of believers. What about the believers will be upset? These right side of
this. Wow. Anyway, thanks for having me on, Jen. I hope we're going to start seeing a bit more of you again.
Yeah, definitely. I'll start. Yeah, Becca, thanks for coming on, guys. And yeah, hopefully I could, every once in a while just pop one off for a little while. It was fun. It was good to see everyone.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Okay then. Take
Jupiter,
care.
Jupiter,
Yes.
would you can I interview you at some point? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind coming on. I'm a Jupiter affiliated at gmail.com.
Oh, okay. I'll give you an email, man, because I do a little podcast for my show, man. I'd like to speak to you about your experience. And
Yeah, everyone goes subject. Is it Chris PT still?
yeah, Chris Peace here. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I have my own opinions, but I'm not an echo chamber. I like to speak to other people as well. So it'd be cool.
As long as you're prepared for loads of people turning up with a lot of hate. I get a lot of people follow me to hate on me.
Oh, hate on you. I'll mate, join the club. I'll get people to hate on me as well. So it should be all right.
But it's because I'm very vocal about what I think, and unfortunately, I don't actually stand in any box. I can see a little bit with all different people, and for that I get. And because I say that Tommy Robinson's right to talk about grooming gangs, and people just don't like it.
He's right. He's right in some aspects. I disagree with some aspects, but we'll go through that. I'd like to interview you on a few things. Yeah.
Okay then. Well, email me and let me know what day and what time, and no problem. All right then. Cool. I'm going to go speak to you later. Take care.
All right, take care, guys. Pick up everyone. All right, take care.
All right, see you later.
Bye. Well, yeah, good first stream back. Good to see everyone. Glad everyone's still doing well. Be anxious to see if Raj goes live. I want to see what happened and try to watch that again. But yeah, anyway, peace to everyone. I wish y'all all happy, healthy, and safe. Pick up.